Hello, and welcome to Party Select, where two dudes and a guy who's their friend talk about the best thing there is, video games. My name is Shay. I am your host for this episode of the podcast. I'm joined, as always, by Cody. What's up, dude?
Hey, it's me. Hey. I just had to get that out.
And Kyle, my bro, literally
Hi.
and figuratively.
Brother.
Brother.
That's how it's pronounced.
Brother.
Everyone
You are my
says
brother. We got a lot to chat about today. Very excited. But I did, as always, want to start with a quick question. I actually got this question from another podcast that now I can't remember the name of. I get their like little clips on Instagram. I don't. It's like backyard basement bros, backyard bros. I don't know, man.
Okay.
But the question is this: best Pop-Tart flavor.
Ooh, I already got it locked.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is
Go ahead.
the wild berry flavor with
Okay.
like the purple frosting and the
The
actual
purple
little blue
icing.
Purple
Yes.
icing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the wild. I think that's my favorite. If
Excellent choice.
runner up, this is like as a treat, a special little treat every once in a while. Runner up, best Pop-Tart flavor, s'mores. S'mores is a lot.
That's like, I hate being a basic bitch, but that's my answer. Like,
Yeah.
I always have s'mores Pop-Tarts in the pantry
Nice.
because that's like my go-to. Like, if I'm like feeling nauseous in the morning or something, that's a safe option.
True.
So yeah. Cody, do you have a choice?
So my default answer is brown cinnamon sugar because it's the only one I've had.
So
but
I
it's-
used to. Oh, that's the only one you've had. Interesting.
Yeah, I've never had another Pop-Tart.
I was actually curious because of all your weird food aversions. I shouldn't
So-
say weird. That's not a
He's
fair.
a super taster.
You're allowed to have.
It's a
pretty weird.
superpower.
No, I won't lie. It's pretty weird.
It ain't a superpower.
He has more of it than the rest of us, and that's
Yeah, respect.
yes.
What is your Pop-Tart preparation? Do you toast? What do we do? What are we doing here?
Shay.
It depends on the tart. I feel like I generally am going to toast. We do not have a toaster oven. That would be a solid option. I probably actually would prefer that to a toaster because a toaster can kind of like burn the edges at times.
Yep.
Toaster oven's going to be a little bit
Yep.
more even. I generally will toast.
Okay.
So if I'm in a hurry, I'll grab a s'mores on the way out. My daughter likes the strawberry with like the white icing, and I'll eat those too.
So you
Those,
can
like,
eat it
if
either
it's-
way, toasted or not toasted.
No, because it depends on the tart. Because I was gonna say like the
Okay,
strawberry
I
ones,
see.
I need to toast. I don't want to eat
Okay.
that room temperature.
You're not raw
It needs to be
dogging the
warm.
straw.
It needs to be
Okay.
gooey. No,
So-
no straw raw dogging.
I will say, I think it makes sense that you could raw dog the s'mores because the crust is different. It's slightly different. It's like
It is.
it's almost a little more buttery. It's a little less flaky. It's more graham cracker adjacent, which is the point.
Yes.
So I understand that. I never toast because I'm lazy. I do like them warm. It doesn't matter the Pop-Tart. I do prefer them warm. I never do it because
Just
I'm
kind
lazy.
of like breathe on it.
Just breathe on it. Do you eat the whole thing?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say this is my weird thing. I take the crust off.
Me too. Me too, baby. Brothers
Yeah,
for
I-
life.
I eat the crust first, and then the rest is just a reward.
You eat the crust first?
Yeah, you break all
That
it
sounds
off and then
horrible.
eat it. Yeah.
That sounds like my
Yeah.
fucking nightmare, dude.
I've not warmed up a Pop-Tart in a long. That used to be the way that I ate them
Sure.
as a child. I would warm up and butter on that bitch.
Yeah,
And I'd cut it up. I'd use silverware with my hot Pop-Tart.
I have
Wait,
had
you would
cinnamon
put-
sugar
you would put
Pop-Tart
butter-
a la code before.
Yeah.
And it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it's like
That sounds
toast,
vile.
pretty much.
It's not toast.
No. Family Guy even has a song about this. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good.
That sounds
I recommend
disgusting.
it. I recommend it.
It
I really
is
do.
Specifically,
really- it-
just
it-
for the cinnamon sugar one.
So it elevates the cinnamon
I
sugar
can't speak
one
to any
for
other
sure.
one.
It does. I have never had it on any other kind of Pop-Tart, but
Right.
at Cody's house I have had the buttered cinnamon sugar Pop-Tart, and it's a good time.
Yep.
I think cinnamon sugar used to be my favorite. I think I became, I don't know.
It's okay. You can say it.
No, I was going to say I became like immune to its charms over time. Like I just got sick of them.
He went from brown cinnamon sugar Pop-Tart to purple icing with blueberry goop inside.
Fair.
That's not
fair.
I also said s'mores, which is, that's like the
that's
halfway
the
point.
standard. Yes, that's the normal.
Now I exclusively eat them untoasted though, and I eat the whole thing.
Man,
usually break it in half and just go to town.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
if I could, I don't want crust without filling, and this applies to everything. Like if I'll get like a jelly donut, and if I end up eating it where I've got like a little piece that doesn't have any jelly
trash,
in it,
man.
going in the trash.
That's trash. That's just trash. I'm eating that donut for the filling.
When you get a burrito like at Chipotle and there's like they've like
it's
they
going
didn't put enough in it, so there's a lot of extra
I'll stop you right
tortilla.
there. It's going in the fucking trash. I'll stop you right there, bro. When I have like the tiny little bit of tortilla left, or yes, when they fold it and there's like an extra, like
it's
a bunch
double
of
layered,
a bunch of
outside.
extra tortilla, I tear it off before I dive in.
Yes, I do like a taco
It's trash.
at Taco Bell.
It's just garbage.
Yeah. If I get a soft taco at Taco Bell and it's like not filled great, I'll rip off the top of it.
They created food
tortilla.
waste when they gave that to me.
Yes. I don't want that. I don't want those empty carbs.
Right? Yeah, that's what it's
healthy.
about.
Right.
That's what it's
Right,
about.
right. It's funny. So, like you mentioned Taco Bell, I do that. So I really the only thing I get at Taco Bell are cheese roll-ups, which is literally just cheese and a tortilla.
Dude, they're great. They're great.
In a tortilla and melted. But like the ends of them never have cheese in them.
Nope.
So I'll usually get like an order of chips and cheese, and then you tear the ends off, dip it in the cheese.
That's good.
And then it's just tortilla and cheese. But I eat the whole
that's
thing.
fine.
No waste.
But
man.
then the problem with that
No
is
waste.
like there's also not enough cheese for the chips they give you.
Correct.
So then you're
Correct.
it's going to be food waste either way.
But I can eat. I can eat a chip without cheese.
I could eat because the salt and
Yes.
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
Right.
okay. All right, I'm there with you.
Taco Bell's chips are terrible.
Yeah, but
I'm
it's
not a
about the
fan.
cheese. It's about the cheese.
Yeah.
That's one. But I'm not going to eat a Taco Bell chip by itself without the cheese.
By the
That's
time
what I'm
I've
saying.
eaten everything else, I'm no longer hungry, so I probably will be wasting those chips. But I am much more likely to eat the chip than the disgusting
a tortilla,
empty carb ends of the cheese roll-ups or tortillas or burritos or whatever they are.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that. We got very far off of Pop-Tarts, but that's fine.
It's kind of all it. When you think about it, it is all the same.
I also put butter on my Taco Bell, so yeah, it kind of relates. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay,
I'm joking.
thank
That's
God.
crazy. I'm glad you said you were joking because we were about to have another 15-minute conversation on that.
I feel like you can learn a lot about a person by what kind of
Totally.
Pop-Tart they're going to choose.
Not,
There's so many.
Not a
It's
lot
like
of
Oreos.
useful information, but you can learn a lot about a person.
Yes, you learn a lot. And frankly, any kind of chocolate I'm going to down with. The Oreo ones are like, they have like a fudge or just like a regular chocolate or like a cookies and cream. Anything that's got chocolate in it, it's fine by my book. But
Sure.
yeah, the s'mores are the ones.
Yeah. Agreed.
Well, besides Pop-Tarts and besides putting butter on your food that doesn't need it, what have y'all been cooking? What y'all been doing before we talk more video game stuff?
Okay.
So I know Pop-Tarts have been a big part of your lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Outside of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. So,
What's the crust around
what's the crust
Pop-Tart
around
of
the
video game?
the video
that
game
you don't
Pop-Tart?
eat, that you tear off and throw away.
that you tear off and throw away.
So, I have recently torn off and thrown away a giant shelving unit for all of my physical video games. I have amassed too many video games for the shelving unit I had, which is like chest height.
You could have stopped. You've amassed too many video games, period. The end.
The
That
fuck
could
is
have been
that?
it.
What is that? What is that? I don't even. You just said a bundle of words that didn't make any sense to me. So I decided I needed a place for all these video games, and I wanted to future-proof it too. It's like I went way deep down the rabbit hole. I was measuring case sizes for games, and I figured out if I if I had exactly a 1/4-inch tolerance between the top of the bookshelf and the bookshelf, like the ceiling and the top of the bookshelf, I would be able to assemble it and then tip it into position using Pythagorean's theorem to find the hypotenuse and the angle of the hypotenuse and make sure that it would never be too tall to tip up. So I did that. I made this giant shelving unit. I actually have I'm going to go over here.
Am I dumb? My mind just would never go to that. I would never think of that.
Well, I did a lot of set design stuff where I have to think through my designs with a high degree of specificity.
I would absolutely make some dumbass thing. Oh, my wall is 8 feet tall. I'm going to build an 8-foot tall shelf and it's just going to work.
Yeah.
That's just where I would go.
Yeah. Well, so actually we have talked about how like I have a very visual imagination. Like when I read, I'm seeing the events happen and unfold and everything. So I have an easy, like I picture not only the object, but also the full installation of the object and how it's going to look when it's there and all that other stuff. I can picture all that stuff pretty clearly in my head. It's like I have the ability to do that. So I did all the measurement stuff. I thought of everything, and I built it all to within a high degree of tolerance. And I'm sharing a picture on the screen now. Shay and Cody, you guys can't see it. It's just for the folks at home. I do need to plane down so you can see the people watching the video, audio listeners, sorry, but you can see the PSP games and the Switch games in the middle are on their sides.
And to the YouTube channel at Party Select.
Yes, YouTube channel at Party Select. They're on their sides right now. It's because I need to plane down those shelves like 1/32 of an inch, and then all of them will be able to stand up within them. So I built it to a very high tolerance, which bit me in the ass basically on those two shelves because it's not like nothing was quite perfect. I had to make some adjustment, but anyway, I'm very happy with the shelving unit. I still need to stain it and seal it and everything, which is going to happen in the spring because I ran out of warm days to do it. But this is the culmination, a giant 8-foot shelf with all of my video games on it. Well, not all of them. I have all my like Pokemon games and Final Fantasy and Resident Evil up there, but most of all of my video games. And it feels really good. Feels really, really good to have that. Unfortunately, it's the first thing you see when you enter my home. So it's kind of like
the first thing you should see, honestly.
It's kind of like a temperature check, right? Like, are you going to be cool with me or are you not going to be cool with me?
Right.
You're married. Who do you need to impress?
That was my thought process. And Kara was down with it. Kara trusted that I'd be able to make this thing look nice. And right now it's like raw wood. It's pine. Like I went with nice pine, not just like the cheapest stuff. It's like the next tier above. Because everything beyond that, I would have been spending like $500 on the wood for this build. Because it's all 3/4 inch wood. But yeah, man, that was a fun project. I burnt the ever-loving shit out of the back of my neck because I was outside all day for like 3 days straight building this thing. And just the back of my neck was beet red and like, it's gone through the molting. I've gone through my molting process, which is what happens when I go outside. So I have shed all of the burned skin. I'm fresh and new.
You're now a butterfly.
Yeah, it's like look at me, I'm a beautiful butterfly. Look at my wings. Just a hot, fresh Bug's Life reference for everybody. But yeah, so that was a great deal of fun. That's what I did this past month. Yeah.
You want to popcorn someone else in the class?
Yeah, Cody, popcorn over to you.
Hey, thanks for the popcorn, bro.
You're welcome.
Always picked last.
So
yeah, get fucked, shit, get fucked.
I talk too much. No one wants to like ask me to talk even more.
Last weekend, my father-in-law was in town, so my wife, her brother, and her dad. I always try to look for. He is totally fine and content with just staying in the house, watching TV, talking the whole weekend. That's fine.
Sure.
I feel as a host like I need to entertain.
Yeah.
So I always try to find at least one thing. Like maybe one day at Saturday we just hang around the house all day, but then like Sunday I need to figure out something for us to go do.
I do the same thing when my in-laws come in town as well. I always feel like we gotta do something.
Yeah. We went axe throwing. This is the second time ever that I've done this. We've not been to the location since we moved up here. Previous time was still when we lived in Ohio. We went at like noon, so they had like just opened and no one was there. We were the only people there, in fact, for the entire hour and a half that we were there. And man, that's fun.
Yeah.
That is so much fun. We
still
got to
never
do
been.
axes. We got to do axes, like hatchet axes,
Yeah.
knives, and then like throwing stars. The throwing stars are so fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're just so satisfying. You can aim them really well. He was teaching us how to throw everything, and like taught us the throwing star, and then he taught us like the ninja throw of like from one side over.
Right. Yeah. The crossbody.
You have to
throw.
sort of turn them after you do that, because you can't throw them like a frisbee. You have to throw them like vertically.
Oh, interesting.
And then he also taught us to throw from the hip, so like you swing up from your hip to throw them. So we got a bunch of different ways to throw those. They have a bunch of different games like Bullseye and 21 and stuff that like you can play with a partner. And then because I assume because they were just dead, and like it was just one guy, the owner who was there working. He started giving us they have like a premium, so like upgrade for like $10 more per person. You bring out the like big axes, so like you got a two-hander
stuff
that you could throw over your head. He had a bunch of like really high quality hatches that have different weights and stuff. Bunch of different knives that he was just letting us do. We got to throw a like a meat cleaver. That was part of it. That was a lot of fun.
With all that stuff, do you hold the blade? Because that's how you always see it in movies.
You hold the handle. My brother-in-law got to throw a machete. That like worked really well.
Huh.
It was a lot of fun. It was
machete
a lot of fun.
seems hard because of how long it is. I'd be afraid
Yeah,
that
you wouldn't
it
think.
wouldn't have enough
He
time
was-
to have a revolution to not hit you on the.
Yeah.
Interesting.
My brother-in-law was really good at that one. The knife were really hard. I don't know, like just because there's a lot of side to side variation that can have versus like the weight and heft of an axe
Sure.
isn't gonna wobble as much. I could never get a good grip on the knife. My wife was really good at the knives, but it was
Watch
a lot
out.
of fun. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if
That's good information to have, I guess.
or have any experience.
Yeah. So make sure you're never exactly 15 paces from her, or you're in the danger zone.
For sure.
What's the vibe in a place like that? Like, what is it like? What does it look like in there? Like does it? Because I feel like I've never been. My assumption is it looks like a brewery inside.
Yeah. The first one that we went to was a lot more so because they actually offered alcohol, which is insane.
That's scary.
They had a limit, and they will kick you out if they feel like you are intoxicated.
Okay.
Like, why even open yourself up to that? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, it's obviously thematically, it's all wooden walls. You're in like a cage. Essentially, there's chain link fences.
Okay.
On separating each alley.
Mm-hmm.
It is about 10-15 feet between the throwing point, and they just have a bunch of large boards with targets painted on them.
Yeah.
And that's it. They offer like food, drink. They have tables, and sort of like bowling where they have like tables behind.
Sure.
So you can just sit and watch people.
Okay.
Yeah, they had scoreboards inside for all the different games if you want to keep score and stuff. It's a good time.
Okay. So they had
really
really
like
good
a
time.
little video of like a turkey that pops up if you get 3 in a row.
I wish. It's a good addition.
That's
Have you been,
interesting.
Shay?
I have not gone axe throwing. No, like not as an adult or like a date or anything, but I used to do a lot of like bow and arrow. That was my thing that I liked doing at a camps and like high school and stuff. I always really liked the bow and arrow. That was my version of that.
I used to not think something like this would be worth the money, but when the feeling of throwing an axe and it like thumping into a board is very satisfying. It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
It's like
And
a more
then you
approachable,
just do that.
safer version of going to the gun range.
Right.
And it's like a more elevated version of going to like
a batting cage.
Batting cage or golf.
Oh,
what's that called?
Top
Driving
golf
range?
or whatever.
Driving range. Thank you. Top golf, driving range, etc.
Yeah.
It's like, a more traditionally masculine version of that.
Sure.
That I feel like it's like
were they selling
weapon.
dude wipes there?
No.
Okay.
No.
Was there a lot of like dude bro merch
Not at
kind
all.
of energy. That's
at all.
nice. That's surprising.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
say
glad to
I've
hear
only
that.
been to 2, but I've only been twice, and I've been to 2 different locations, and neither of them, like, it does feel like it doesn't feel like the audience that would be at a gun range, let's
Right.
say, or maybe
Because
even
that's
a
where
bowling
my
alley.
mind goes.
Yeah.
Is it feeling very similar
Not
to
at
like
all.
a gun range?
It's not very like gruff and gusto.
Uh-huh.
I hate to generalize, but it's like hipster.
Sure.
It's
Right.
like it's more of that, like a younger activity.
Okay.
It attracts a younger crowd.
Cool.
Interesting.
So next time you come up, we'll have to go.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I'm down.
I don't know, man. I
Shay,
don't wanna-
popcorn.
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, mine, and it'll take us into video games a little bit, because and this is not a downer, it's just a setup. I found myself suddenly and unexpectedly unemployed at the end of September,
Yeah.
and thankfully in a good position financially with my wife and I, and
My wife.
basically we're like, let's take a beat, because it's been a rough couple of years employment wise. It's the tech life, which I despise, but I was like, I'm just gonna like vibe out and relax and hang out with my kids, and it led to me being able to play a lot of video games, which
Yeah.
I choose video games with most of the free time that I have, but I don't have a lot of free time. Being a parent, that's just the reality of it. And so being able to like play a video game most of an afternoon during the week was a very nice escape, and I very
Sure.
much enjoyed that. And like I had to go to Indiana for a funeral, and I stayed at my grandparents' lake cottage just for like an extra day, just to have like a dad day where it was just me. And I had football on the TV. I was playing my Switch, playing Pokemon, and doing some other stuff, just gaming and watching football the entire day. And I was like, it's the height of luxury. To just like eat hot wings and watch football and play video games with a lake view. It was like rainy, so I couldn't go outside, which was
Sure.
a bummer, but still just like the environment was so nice.
Yeah.
So there's just like with, that anxiety, right? Just drips in, and the guilt of like, I need to be more productive.
Yeah.
But when my medication was working, it was like playing some fucking video games, bro.
Yeah, man.
Nice, man.
Which, I think can lead us into our actual video game conversation on the podcast. We've got a good number of games we want to chat about. Our October game select that we all played was Pokemon Legends Z to A, which we did. We all played that, so we're going to chat about that. We also all played to completion Ghost of Yōtei, which
Is
personally am
really
very excited to
probably
talk
the
about.
better game select game here.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll
yeah,
see.
I think like at the time, I didn't think we all like knew that everybody was going to play it. It was certainly like a me thing, but I was surprised to learn that both of you were planning on playing it.
Right.
And then Kyle, I know you went into a very deep Ball X pit hole, and Cody, you checked that out also.
Nice.
Cody and I have been playing some Dispatch, and then Kyle decided to be wise with his money and purchase Battlefield 6 to exclusively play the single player mode, which everyone said was not good. And Kyle said, "Phooey
Hold
on
my
you.
beer."
I want to spend $70 for like a 4-hour bad campaign." So I want to hear how that
did it.
went.
I did
feel
that.
like I
Mind's eye,
probably
you can
know
get
the
through
answer.
anything.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
I am powerful.
Again, of your own choice, by the way.
Yes.
No one forced you to buy and play Mind's Eye, and yet here we are.
He's getting ahead of the Fantasy Critic punishment.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
Look,
you can't make me play Mind's Eye if I
you
do
can't
it
make me
myself.
play any bad games if I've played them all already.
Oh, we'll find something. And then we're going to chat critical hits, which is sort of news stories, things happening, topics that we all bring to the table each episode. There's some big Halo news and announcements that we're going to chat about. And then I kind of, as we're leading into Game of the Year for Party Select, I just want to have a conversation about like how we all think about that. We do our top 5 games podcasts every month or every other month throughout history. And I just think it's interesting to not how we argue about a collective game of the year, but like how we all think about it personally. I thought that might be an interesting conversation. And then we will do our Fantasy Critic update, as we were just mentioning and deriding Kyle because he's definitely going to finish in last place.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to do a little side quest segment, which we're trying to take some of our big games conversation and put the little games later on. And just like, these are like quick hit things we want to shout out that maybe you should go check out if you haven't. And then we'll talk about November game releases, our November game select, and then what we're doing with Party Select in the month of November and leading into the end of the year, which is crazy that it's already the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's start with October game select. We've all played some Pokemon Legends Z to A. I think, like, Cody, you're certainly the farthest in it. I played a little bit today, and then Kyle, you maybe played less for some specific reasons.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we're all like vibing very differently with it.
Yeah.
I feel like you can tell how much we like it by how much we've played of it. I think it's pretty clear with Cody playing the most and Kyle playing barely any. And me in the middle.
So I ended up playing about 5 hours.
Okay.
Is where I ended up. Because I played
what
more
rank
yesterday.
are you, bro? What rank are you?
So I'm still Y. I got to the point in the
Loser.
I got to the point where I can go do more battles to rank up. To W, I guess. It's like the first time after the game has opened up a little bit, and then like, okay, now go X. Yes, you're right. It's the first time the game opens up a little bit from the tutorialization. And then like, so I can kind of go do side quest stuff now, or I can go at nighttime, go battle to get enough points to then go do my advancement match.
Right.
Which is what I'm working on. I got sidetracked, so I didn't get enough battles in to get enough points that night. So now I got to burn like a day or figure out how to accelerate time tonight again, which I assume I can do at the hotel.
You unlock the ability to fast forward to the day or the night in a little bit.
So yeah, that's
I'm
where
rank F. I just hit rank F today.
Did you do
which
the
doesn't
big rank
mean that
skip?
I've gone. Yes.
Okay.
That doing the big rank skip gets you to F. So it's from V. I think from V to F you skip.
That's
so
crazy.
I've ranked up, however, half a dozen times. It is crazy. I don't understand it.
It is. Yeah.
I don't get it.
We'll
talk about that.
I think it's about.
But I mean,
I think the
alternative is doing every letter, and that's not fun. So
it's more just like
though.
why structure your game this way if you're going to have me skip half
if you're just going to skip all that.
Yeah, and
like,
I don't know what this looks like, but I was listening to Jan Ochoa talk about it on Bombcast, and he said he alluded to the fact that there was some post game something.
Yes.
Where you then go back through the ranks that you skipped in some way or fashion. So there's like an extended post game stuff. So I think the idea was pump you through these ranks very quickly for story purposes, and then for the real sickos, after the story concludes, you can go through the thing. I guess I don't have hard facts on that, but
where are you, Cody, in it?
I think I'm rank E. I think I'm just above.
Okay.
I'm not that much farther than you, it sounds like.
Rank F was like, it took me a while because I was kind of, so the way that I have been playing it, because I've been playing a shit ton of Pokemon Sword with my kids and just taking my time, and we've got 72 Pokemon that we're keeping up at level.
Yeah, that's right.
Just because they want to do that. Like I'm power leveling like fucking everything. We have over 300 Pokemon that we have caught and evolved and stuff. And that's been really fun. And so I wanted to do something similar with Z to A and have like a much larger party and have like 2 or 3 of each type. And I very quickly realized like that's not super viable because even though there's the mandatory experience share, there are things you can buy that let you increase the XP you earn by a little bit.
Yeah.
Plus,
it's still
I mean, like the supplementary XP is a lot lower than the Pokemon who's in combat.
Yes.
Like almost to the point of it being negligible.
It becomes that way. Yeah. It scales down over time. Like you had mentioned that in our Discord chat, Cody, because I was feeling, I was feeling how I figured I would feel, which is like really disconnected from my Pokemon because they were just kind of leveling up and learning moves, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on at any given time because a lot of that stuff happens on the side. And I think I still feel that way, but most of my Pokemon are on like the 15 area right now, level 15, and that's when it really starts to slow down. I have noticed, and so I'm having more time to spend, which is a good thing. I guess they just really wanted to accelerate that early stuff for reasons I don't really know why, but I could have used a little bit. I could have used those early levels to be stretched out slightly more, so I could get a little bit more time experimenting. And they drip feed you different Pokemon, like, because you don't have access to whole cities, you only have access to a few small areas at a time in the beginning. And I'm like, I was catching every Pokemon available in those areas, and experimenting with the ones that I wasn't familiar with. And I could have used like a little bit more time to do that. And it just feels like it keeps trying to push me further, faster. And I feel like I've been fighting the game in that way so far, which is why I'm like 5 hours in and only like, I don't know, maybe halfway through some of the tutorialization stuff, but
yeah, that'll stop. If you want to have a party of more than 6, which in my opinion is kind of necessary because of the way that the combat system works, like you take a lot more damage in this game. Your Pokemon take a lot more damage than in previous games just because of the active nature, that I feel like it's necessary to have a party of like 12-ish that you can swap in and out so you don't have to be burning through Pokemon revives and going back to Pokemon centers. But because of that, like the progression is so slow. It's like 3-day cycles to level all my guys up a level. And when I got to the F rank guy, my guys were like level 23 and his Pokemon are level 30 and up. Jeez. And so I was like, he absolutely destroyed me the first time. And so I came back to him and I was like level 26. He absolutely destroyed me again. I was like,
is there a way to know
everybody's...
Is there a way to know like what level he is before you fight him?
No,
that's kind
and
of
there's no way to know what Pokemon the trainers have before you fight them.
Yeah,
like I hate. I
mean,
system.
I guess like if the point is it's a challenger you're supposed to bump your head against and like formulate a strategy to beat this person,
right?
I mean that I guess that's probably what they're doing, but that creates some friction that is unpleasant.
There isn't an analog to the like.
There's no gym leader, right?
Battles.
Yeah.
Well, like in like a traditional Pokemon game, you usually fight some trainers in the gym, and that gives you a good idea of the level.
That's true.
Of the gym.
Of the level, yeah.
That's true.
And also it's obvious the type because
So the night battles are scaling with you then, I assume then, right? So you don't have a good idea of they're not.
They scale with your rank. So like if you're rank W, everyone that you'll see, at least in my experience, everyone you see in the trainer battles are either rank W or rank X. Like one
so
level down.
Are those trainer battles also way higher level than you?
No. Like the nighttime when I was trying to level up to get to the rank F, I was grinding a lot of the nighttime stuff because you get way more XP from fighting trainers than you do wild Pokemon. Yeah. And a lot of them were like low 20s. And I'm like, it takes forever to level everybody up. And my biggest bummer with that is
into that, Cody, that the level
I
discrepancy.
Didn't notice that. Yeah, maybe I am only F then because I don't remember this. I've been playing a lot of Yōtei, so I don't.
What level are your mons? Do you know?
They're in the mid to high 20s. Yeah.
Okay.
There.
You beat the level F guy in mid to high 20s?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe I haven't beat the level F guy. It's maybe I don't remember. I was around there though.
Okay.
Because he's like the secretary of that company, and after you beat him, he like walks you through the big corporation and shows you how to use the Mega Shards.
I've not beaten him then. No.
Well, there you go. Yeah, he's a pain in the ass. Be prepared.
Okay.
That's good to know.
He mega evolves his guy at the end, and the first time I went in, he literally just one-shot all 6 of... Like, I would spawn a guy in, he would one-shot it. I would spawn a guy in before I could even attack. He would just one-shot and I was like, cool. That was fun. Thanks, video game. And that's how I feel about a lot of the trainer battle stuff. The nighttime trainer battles, those are all really easy because they only have 2 Pokemon. But the actual rank up battles I've lost almost every single one because I didn't bring the right type. And he's got a fairy type, and I don't have anybody that's good against that. And so it's just luck of the draw, which, like, if you're playing a JRPG without a guide, that happens. You come up against a boss, they kick your ass, and then you learn. So if that's what they're going for,
a guide
fine.
Is nice.
It's just like, exactly. Like, that's
Avoid
not
that
how I
feeling.
want to do that. I want to be able to react in real time. Ghost of Yōtei is a great example. There are some kick-ass bosses in that game that are very fucking hard, but you learn as you're in the fight, and you can still first try a lot of them because you learn in the fight.
Yeah.
But once your Pokemon gets knocked out, it's done. You can't heal your Pokemon or revive them in the middle of a battle.
Yeah, there's no
Can you
using
not?
items.
No,
No.
there's not.
Yeah,
No.
there's no using items in battle.
It's terrible.
yeah.
Like, I hate that. And
It's
I get
very
it. They don't
different.
want you to pause. They don't want you to be able to pause because it's real time. But, like, that's such a bad mechanic. Because once your guy gets knocked out,
it feels
you
like
either
an
have to
oversight
wait.
for sure.
Yeah, it's just like, there's a lot of that kind of stuff where I get it. Pokemon Arceus was like the first go at this, and this is sort of an evolution on that. And I didn't play Arceus, but I expected.
Cody, do you remember what the
more
combat was like in
competence.
Arceus?
It was almost the same.
It was like this.
It was real time with cooldowns and stuff.
I think so.
I know you could move, but I don't think the Pokemon moved.
Okay.
You could move around the battle space, I believe, but I don't think your Pokemon. But I do think the moves were timed.
Okay. Because I don't remember Arceus like at all. But yeah, so I on one hand I do like the battle system because of how fast and engaging it can be. On the other side of it, it feels like MMO combat where I'm just like doing stuff on
You're just hitting
timers and
cooldowns.
stuff.
Yeah.
And it's because positioning matters. It's really hard to manipulate your Pokemon to move in a way that makes the positioning matter feel good.
But I tell you what, the CPU enemies are good at it.
Yeah,
because
they'll run around and stuff and hide behind things, and
they put up detect at the right fucking time every goddamn time, and I can't ever get the timing right on any of those fucking moves because it's impossible. It's chaos.
Well, so I protect I can get on time with a lot of the attacks and stuff. But yeah, the other moves, like, yeah, a lot of the other moves are really hard to time out.
I'll say because of the way that combat is, I use a lot of these status moves a lot more than I would in a normal game.
And that is totally a net positive for sure. I'm like sprinkling them in between my attacks and feel like
work
it's having
up
an
and
actual
growth
effect.
and like all those types of moves.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would never use
growl
those
and-
in a turn base. Those are the first moves to go.
Yeah,
Totally agree.
So.
Yeah.
that
One
is
note
definitely
I
a net
had
positive.
here, and Shay, you briefly touched on it with the XP items is, and this is funny. This is almost another critique, I guess, that I have with Yōtei. There are a lot of items. You pick up a lot of items.
Yeah, it's
and
very
I don't
JRPG.
even look at them. I don't even look at
No.
them because I have too many, and then I get overwhelmed, and I'm just not even I'm just gonna ignore those.
Yeah,
So I
a lot of
literally
them are just
rarely ever use items.
Yeah, a lot of them are just things that you sell, like tiny mushrooms, pretty feathers, pearls, and stuff that you're just selling
And
for
berries
cash.
too. A lot of
And
berries.
yeah, there's a ton of berries, which like I just don't feel because the game moves so fast. I don't want to go through the process of like giving my
Giving your
Pokemon,
Pokemon
a
a
berry
berry.
because it's going to use it so quickly.
It would be smart. Like I'm just thinking of this now, and it's obvious, but it would be smart to do before your rank up battles and stuff.
Yeah,
To at least
yeah.
because you have
Sure,
a specific
that's fair.
ability to
Yeah.
prep for those.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel the same way because you're collecting tons of Pokeballs too, and all the different types of Pokeballs.
Yeah,
But the
In the
capture
moment,
mechanic, it's nice because you can knock the Pokemon out before you catch it. And in
Yes.
fact, that makes it easier. And that's great because I hate, and I was doing this trying to catch all the evolutions in Pokemon Sword, is you have to save beforehand, then you fight it. You fuck up, you got a critical hit, you got to reload the game and start over to do that. So it's nice that like you don't need to worry about getting 1 HP left. You can just knock them out. The problem is fucking right button scrolling through every Pokeball to find the one you want
before
to
they
use
fade
in
out
the
of
time.
existence.
That stuff sucks.
And you only
dude.
get one shot with a Pokeball.
And you get one shot.
Yeah, after they're knocked out. I do like that you can
that shit
catch them
sucks.
before fighting them, but that's only really possible at low levels. I feel like, and it's really, the stealth really sucks. It's very hard to sneak up on a Pokemon.
It's horrible.
That system needs some work and some love and attention.
Because it's really important in the trainer battles because you pick up little cards that give you like extra rank
extra
up
points,
XP or extra medals, which I don't even know what the medals are for.
Well, the medals translate to more money at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of them are like sneak up and use a water move to initiate combat. And they just like see you around corners and when they're turned around, it's horrible.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff about this game that it feels so amateurish. Like they've never played a game like this before and have no idea how to make a game like this, which is such a bummer because I do think there's a lot of really good ideas in the actual
I was going to say, I think
like
it's very weird how there's some just absolute abysmal, inexcusable things in this game. But on the other hand, there's a lot of positives.
There's a lot really cool
like,
quality
of life.
Yep. Like
there's good quality of life
that
stuff.
need to be carried forward.
Always having access to all your boxes of Pokemon at any time, hot swap and whatever.
Yep.
That's been around for a couple generations though.
Yeah, I played like a few hours of Sword and that's kind of it.
I think Sword and Shield introduced that.
Okay. Every single move that your Pokemon learns that's not like a TM or HM, you can hot swap those moves at any time. And so like that's huge. That's ginormous. And it makes build crafting and party balance and stuff significantly more fun. What are some other things? Fast traveling to Pokemon centers. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I had some
the ability
to
choose when a Pokemon evolves.
Yes.
Once it hits its evolution benchmark level, it doesn't automatically start evolving. You have to go in and tell it to evolve.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that stuff is in reaction to the real-time battle system.
Right.
What I don't like is when your Pokemon level up, it's all happening in real time as you're defeating Pokemon or whatever. And like they'll learn a new move, but I don't see that.
Yeah, you
because I'm in the middle of a fight. And so like you have to periodically go through all of your Pokemon to see, and that sucks too.
I wish
tedious.
Because when they can evolve, there's a little up arrow above them to indicate that, hey, this Pokemon has an evolution available if you want. I wish there was like another notification thing for like, hey, they learned a new move.
Yeah,
that's a simple
even
thing.
like. I know they couldn't do it when you're in the wild area sections with the wild Pokemon, but they could do it because there is a little pause screen at the end of every trainer battle. They could still do the thing from the old games where it shows your guys XP going up, it shows them level up, it shows them that they learned a new move on a splash screen where the game is paused so that you can retain that information rather than just like yet another UI thing on the side.
At the end of the day, when the day refreshes, it's like,
give me a
so-and-so
recap.
learned a new move.
There's another way to like make that stuff a little easier to track.
Yeah.
Because I feel the same way about the item pickup stuff too. Like, give me some kind of recap or something so that I realize that I picked up a sunstone. I didn't fucking know because it was a little glint on the floor. Yeah. And I just run through it.
You don't even hit anything for those. You just like, it just auto picks them up. Yeah. It all kind of feeds back to what I said about feeling really disconnected about the Pokemon in my team. Like not feeling like I have an ownership over them. They just feel really disposable in a weird way. And I think a lot of that comes from like this game is so in all the ways Pokemon used to be full of friction. I feel like they've removed almost all of that friction. We have plenty of friction in new ways because the systems are different and the structure is different. But a lot of the old friction from the games is gone. And I guess I never really realized how those moments that the game was making me sit through were giving me important feedback on how my Pokemon were progressing. Like having like at the level up, you see their stats, you see how much their stat goes up. You like have to hit a button to confirm that you've seen that. When they learn a new move, you have to go in and select if you want to forget it, whatever. Like there are ways to reintroduce that with a little less friction in this, and I feel like they've just swung too far in the overcorrection direction. Because I just like you said, I have a hard time keeping track of like I would like to know. I would like to be, and maybe there is a way to do this in the menus. I don't think there is though. I would like to be able to see a trend of what stats are raising more on which Pokemon as they level. To be like, oh, so this Pokemon's clearly more of like a special attack Pokemon. Because there are a lot of new mons that I've never played with before. it would be good for me to know. Like, you can see what their base stats are. It's like, okay, well, clearly if they're all at the same level, this one has a much higher special attack. But it'd be good to see like trends on their growth and be able to kind of project that forward and think like, okay, so this Pokemon
like a
should know these.
graph that shows,
like
a line graph kind of a thing.
Yeah, like some sort of data, some way to look at the data on that, and so that I as a trainer can make more informed decisions on the kinds of moves. And because it affects party comp, and now that party comp is so much easier to customize than ever before, that information could actually be useful.
Sure.
Otherwise, I would just look it up on Bulbapedia or whatever before. But now, like, if I could have that at my fingertips, I feel like that would be really nice.
I don't know if it's in the game, but that is called a Pokemon's nature. There's like a set amount of natures in the game, and depending on their nature, that they'll
grow
be really
in
good
ways.
at a stat, and that stat will grow more, and they'll also be really bad. Like there'll be a stat that is slow. That's a Pokemon's nature, and that's been around for a while. So I don't know if it dictates in the Pokédex in the game natures or not, but that's what that is.
That could be useful. But then I have to know what nature is for what stats. And
correct.
I doubt anyone's going to tell me that.
That is a meta game. That's like pro Pokemon.
Yeah, that's like Eevees and Ivies stuff.
Yes. Yep. 2 questions. What was your starter, and are they still in your party?
Tepig,
Totodile, and yes.
And I evolved him into the cute pig boy, and I'm not gonna evolve him again because that guy looks like a fucking nightmare. So I'll keep him in my party for now. I got a Liltio, the little fire dog boy.
Lilio. Yep.
I don't know. I like my little pig guy because he's also fighting. So I might keep him around for a little while unless I find another fire type or another fighting type that I really like. But I love my fire Pokemon, so I'll probably always have one in my party.
As well. And yeah, he's still in my party.
Okay.
He's a Croconaw. I've not evolved him in Feraligatr because I love Croconaw. So.
Yeah, Croconaw's cool.
I don't like Croconaw at all. I have a Feraligatr.
He looks like a little egg in this in 3D. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Have you guys gotten the like X and Y starters? Because you can get those for free.
Yeah.
What are
I got Chespin, and I just got Froakie, and then I don't remember the third one. I don't have that one yet. I haven't found that one.
Fennekin.
Yeah. Where do you get them?
Yeah.
They're part of like side quests.
Oh, okay. I just started. I did my first 3 side quests as part of the tutorial with the.
I like those. I like the side quests.
Those seem cool. They're all like little fun narrative things.
Did you guys do the Trubbish one?
No, not yet.
There's one with Trubbish that like it's a restaurant and there are a bunch of Trubbish hanging around because of the food scraps, and so the owner wants you to take the food scraps to the garbage can and like lead the Trubbish behind you.
Okay,
it's just very cute. They kind of like wobble behind you, and as you're walking, but the NPCs are kind of like have their text of like random. One of them's like, "Oh, you look like a Phalanx with all those Trubbish behind you," which is another Phalanx is a Pokemon that's like an army, whatever. Mm-hmm. And like that, it's a good example. There's a lot of really cute,
more of that stuff.
They're pretty varied.
I wouldn't even call them side quests. A lot of like there are ones that are like, "Hey, I have this Litleo, and I want him to get really powerful so he can light my oven up. Can you battle him real quick and make him stronger?"
Sure, yeah.
And so you just fight it. Like it's some of that
I like
stuff.
the little narrative flair around it though. Because I'm finding the main narrative to be complete nonsense and
it's terrible,
so painful to get through.
So
like these other like little bite-sized things I find are charming and fun.
That flesh out the world a little bit, make it feel like a real world.
Yeah, that's the stuff I wasn't expecting anything. I was not expecting that at all in this game because it's just not in any Pokemon games. And so like that was a very pleasant surprise so far. I've only done the 3 that I needed for the main story quest. I did the Sableye one. I did the Alpha Bunnelby, which I did catch and has a very high special attack stat, which is cool, and it has a special move. And then I had a lady who wanted a Pikachu and traded me her Heracross.
Yep,
which is pretty dope.
I have Heracross in my party still. Heracross is great.
Okay. Boys or bois?
Yeah, Bois.
The what?
His name was Bois.
I,
His name is Bois.
Yeah, well, because it's all French or whatever, but I like boys.
Yeah, he's boys.
He's boys.
He's the boys.
What do you guys think about the world? Because this game is very ugly. Like that we can put aside. You can go look up whatever you want. So many images showcasing how ugly this game is, and it is very, very ugly. But like the actual world and the design of the world, what do you guys think about it?
I wish it was a little more dense. I wish there was more stuff, more going on. It does.
There's a whole lot of people with their partner Pokemon standing around.
Just standing around, yeah. And
my kids love that.
Move. Yeah. A couple of move.
When I run from place to place, my son, who is 4, every single Pokemon we pass, he either goes, "You have him," or "You don't have him. Can we catch him?" Every single one.
For sure. I think that's fine. There are very weird empty corners.
Yeah.
With nothing in them. It feels unfinished is kind of what it feels like. Not just graphically, but like from like actual things to do, it feels pretty unfinished. I agree with Cody. Verticality is cool.
I find a lot of the verticality stuff challenging though, because the movement does not feel good.
Yeah.
The jumping dive thing is not good.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten to a couple of items that I should not have been able to get to yet, is kind of how I feel about some of them. There was one that was really tricky. I don't know if that's
the case. Like, I'm waiting. So
there are. I heard there's like some sort of like a flutter jump, like almost like a Yoshi flutter jump.
There has to be. Yeah, there has to be. Because there are the purple Pokeballs, which have some kind of
colorful screw.
Yeah, that you turn in to get sort of passive. Like, hey, this increases your catch ability. This increases your XP.
Oh, that's what you use them for.
And it sounds like it's very incremental.
Sure.
But I've bought a few things from the construction worker, and the game does not tell you where it is. I had to look up, what do I do with these fucking screws?
Oh.
And it's like, oh, you go here. I'm like, cool. Thanks for the tutorial, Google.
The first time you get one, it should pop up a thing about. I wonder.
And
like, I wonder
maybe there's
if
a quest later. But.
Yeah. I wonder what you do with these. Then you ask your main story guy, and he goes, "Oh, maybe there's a construction worker that could use those." Yeah. It's like every Pokemon game. It's like their first video game, and I want to be like, they'll get it next time, man. They'll learn so many they just can't quite get it. But there are. So I was very negative in our Discord chat about it. And when it opened up a little bit more, and now that I've gotten to like the 15-ish range with my Pokemon and it's slowed down a bit more, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I am enjoying it. I still have my issues with it, which we talked about, but I am having a good time with it. Much better time than I initially thought I would.
Right. Yeah, I think the battle system stuff is like decent.
Yeah,
and it's certainly cool and different than it's been for 20 plus years. I wouldn't say that I'm like warming up to it, because there's still so much shit that I just despise. I think the world is so unbelievably vapid and uninteresting.
Yeah.
The fact that the entire game is set in a city where it literally looks the fucking same. The entire game just looks the fucking same everywhere you go. Like, what the fuck are we doing? That's where it's like, have you guys played a goddamn video game before? Are you for real? It doesn't make any sense. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to finish this game, because I can't look at the same fucking streets for any longer. The same boring rooftops with nothing on them. I don't understand what they are doing. The combat stuff is fun enough for now, and my kids love it. They love the combat stuff. They love all the different Pokemon. But that's as much as I got. I don't think it's a good video game. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
Because like, you can't give them the pass of it's their first time, because it isn't. They made Arceus already.
Oh, but they're making
better.
These games on such low budgets, Shay.
Yeah, right. Certainly looks like it.
Well, it reportedly they do have very limited budgets, which is crazy because these games print money.
It is the
out
number
the
one
ass.
highest grossing
yes.
franchise in the world.
The
Like-
Pokemon IP is the most valuable IP in the world. And these are the video games that we get from it. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
And I just there's no reason to have faith. Like, we do this every time.
Right. Yes.
Every
time.
Pokemon game that comes out, to your point, like the next time will be the one. And to their credit, there are actually ideas in this game.
Totally.
Unfortunately, in my opinion, most of the ideas are bad, but at least they're different ideas.
Yeah.
Like, change isn't always good, but I guess change is better than nothing in a way.
Sure.
I'm going to try to beat this game. I want to see what it's got.
Yeah, I want to hear about like what goes on in the post game stuff from you.
I do like the Mega Evolution stuff, and I know that's not new, that's been in other games, but the way that it's integrated I think is relatively interesting with the shards that you get. Once you unlock the corporation tower, you can turn in those shards to buy the stones you need to make your Pokemon Mega Evolve. So I just bought a couple today. Like, I got the Sableye one and the Heracross one. And just because the Mega
Evolutions in the past,
I don't think whatever game had the Mega Evolutions I've not played. The Dynamaxing in Sword and Shield I did not really care for because it was like kind of pointless. Like, it's a cool concept and like, oh, it's a really big version, and if you catch the right guy, he looks different. And that's the level that I'm enjoying the Mega Evolutions. It doesn't change your strategy at all, in my experience. But they look
I've never
cool.
been able to buy in to like the next evolution.
It's
thing.
all
the gimmick,
in the
if
Z
you will.
moves. Well, yeah. In Violet and Scarlet, it was like the crystal versions. It's all the same thing. It's just a different name from game to game.
They got to
take
that shit out.
They do look cool, man.
They got to take that shit out.
Yeah.
But they need a hook. That's the only hook they've got.
They can make the hook.
Just make a good game.
Yeah, they can make the hook that the game is good.
Yeah.
No, they can't.
That's true. You know, you're right.
Clearly,
yeah, you're right.
They cannot make that the hook. They've proven
you're
it.
Right.
That's
in
C to A,
spite
I
of
guess.
it. Yeah, in spite of it, I'm still.
It sounds like we're all
enjoying
gonna keep playing it.
Yeah, and that's
for
something.
what it's worth. It's not that bad.
No.
I will say I did finish Violet, but I did not want to. I did it because I had nothing else to do on a handheld.
Right.
Now I do have other things to do on a handheld, but I have kids. So I need a game for my kids.
Pokemaniac kids.
Like, I'll play on my Switch too in handheld mode, and they both just lay their heads on my shoulder and we just play. It fills me up. I wish I was doing something more fun that I was enjoying. But I love it because they cuddle me, and my kids are not cuddlers, and they cuddle me with Pokemon. How about the opposite of a cuddle game, which is Ghost of Yōtei?
Hell yeah!
We've all beaten Ghost of Yōtei. We talked about this ahead of recording. We're not going to do like hardcore story spoilers, but we'll probably talk a little bit about some structure spoilers, some endgame stuff. So just be aware of that. We'll have timestamps in the description, both on the audio version and the video version on YouTube. So you've been warned. Yeah, man. It's a pretty good video game.
It's a good video game.
It's a very good video game.
I would like. It's so much better than Ghost of Tsushima.
It is like, because I know neither of you really, like Kyle, you like actively kind of disliked a lot of Tsushima, and Cody, I feel like you were just kind of like mid about it.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite games of all time. It's like number 13 on my top 100 list. I think Ghost of Yōtei is a better video game than Ghost of Tsushima. It's not as special to me because I find it lacks some of the innovation that I maybe was hoping for. It's got a lot of cool shit going for it. There's a lot of quality of life stuff. There are a lot of it. It's better than Tsushima in every single way.
Yeah.
But it's incrementally better, in my opinion. And that makes it feel less special to me. But it is a better game. Like, I feel very weird about it. It's a better game, but I don't like it as much.
That's
and that
crazy.
feels wrong.
That's
you
crazy.
are wrong. That's okay though.
Look, it's still my game of the year.
Sure,
It's
okay.
still an absolutely amazing game. It's just like it's not going to be number 12 on my all-time list.
It might
you know what I mean?
even be my game of the year right now, above Clair Obscure.
Wow,
I loved
fuck.
it. I'm loved it.
Psyched to hear that.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
Yeah.
It's gonna
And
be
you just
very
finished it
high
today.
on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was grinding
Um,
it out the last couple of days because I got the platinum. I wanted to finish everything before beating the story so I could get the
Did
platinum.
you use a guide to wrap everything up?
No, I Googled a couple things because there was like
Okay.
the Suma-E paintings because there's no there's an armor that you get that the golden birds will tell you when you're near one, but the
Okay.
maps are so big I didn't want to go
Yeah.
through the tediousness of that.
Yeah.
So there was like 2 left that I just Googled where
Okay.
the locations were.
Okay.
There was a cool
but
thing.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think Atsu is a way more interesting character.
That's
than
totally
to me,
agree.
that's the
Way.
biggest thing. Is
Totally
Yeah.
agree.
she is a fascinating, compelling protagonist.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I mean, her arc is
Her arc is so good.
absolutely amazing.
So
I was
good.
I was in tears at the very end for sure. There's a moment late in the game because she's on this arc. Like she starts out, it's a revenge story. She's killing the Yōtei 6 for what they did to her family. And she discovers some stuff in her life and some people that she begins to care about. And she starts to open herself up to that. And her whole journey is like, I'm going to kill the Yōtei 6. And then if I don't die in the process, I'm taking my own life. I want to go be with my family that these Yōtei 6 killed. And she starts to discover like a reason for living after. But she isn't like totally bought into it yet because it's still revenge is the number one thing. And she has a couple of really good moments. And then there's a choice that she makes late in the game that I was like, no, Atsu, no, you're so close to being the person that you want to be. I was like viscerally frustrated at her. And I was like, that's a good fucking character. This is a good fucking story that I care this much that she's disappointing me and herself.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, you guys know exactly the moment that I'm talking about too. Like it's
the change from stances to different weapons is also
Awesome.
so good. It feels so good. Be like, this guy has the Kusurigama, I'm going to switch to the spear.
Yep.
And then this guy has a shield, I'm going to switch to Kusurigama and break his shield. Like that flow going through the different weapons.
And
is
that
so good.
Because like it is the same functionally
it's the same thing
as the stances, but the visual cue and like the way that it, because like the stances also change how Jin was moving and stuff, and like how like the animations and how he would fight. But like it's such a stark difference weapon to weapon, and they all feel very different. You get to customize how they look as part of it. Like so there's also that kind of plays into it.
We're gonna talk about
some fashion
getting swagged out.
The shift from stances to weapons was huge. It made it click way more for me.
In the last pod, I had played half a dozen, 5-ish hours, and we talked about it a little bit, and I wasn't sold on the weapon switching as being different enough from the stances. Totally incorrect. Like playing more of the game. Well, I wasn't at the time. I wasn't incorrect because I had the katana and the dual katana.
Right.
And to me, like getting the Yari, which is the spear, getting the Kurusagama, which is the sort of like weighted ball and sickle kind of chain weapon, getting the, I don't remember what the giant sword is. Yeah, like how different those weapons feel when you are using them is so different than how different the stances felt at the time in Tsushima. So yeah, I totally agree. The different weapons is like so much better, and it's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking to how they feel, everything from jumping on a horse, like jumping while on a horse, picking up a weapon and throwing it at a dude, the standoffs.
Oh my God.
Everything feels so goddamn badass.
Cinema.
So, like doing the standoff, slicing the first guy, knocking down the next two guys, picking up a weapon, throwing it at a guy, then they're like scared. You run up to him. Like it is so cool.
Even better, there's an upgrade. There's an upgrade for the pistol.
Oh yeah, for the pistol.
Where you get to kill another dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
So-
you can
so
knock out
it's-
4
it's
fucking
literally-
guys.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
literally and then I had it all specced out with the wolf.
Say more.
I had it all specced out with the wolf.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like almost every time I would get into a standoff, the wolf would show up, and you know that how fucking good that feels when it's like ba-da-ba, and it's the overhead shot, and Atsu's walking, the other dude's walking, and you hear ah woo, and you're like, yeah, let's fucking go. Oh man! And then you kill a dude, your wolf kills a dude. You get to do one more follow-up kill, and then because there's some other bonus shit, you get to do another follow-up kill, and then you get to shoot a dude with the pistol. And one of those guys definitely dropped a weapon that you could pick up and throw. And then you have all this other, like, so they're afraid of all the dudes because you killed all those dudes from the standoff. And then you have additional stuff that stacks of fear when you throw a weapon and kill a guy. And your wolf is in on it. And they're just like terrified running
And
for their lives.
there are perks that can bring, if the wolf doesn't join you for the standoff, that throwing a weapon or throwing a
Yes.
sake jar can summon the
Yes.
wolf.
Yes.
Like I was swagged out in my armor, my like standoff armor, and so I had the charms for extra standoff streak. I had a charm for enemies are more likely to drop a weapon during standoff, and a charm that thrown weapons do more damage when you throw them. Like I had so many combat scenarios where I would take out like 5 or 6 dudes just in the standoff, throw 2 weapons that they have dropped, and then I'm done.
Yep.
I'm not even having to, like, they don't even get a chance. I don't
Nope.
even have to perfect parry because y'all are fucking dead.
Yeah.
And then I aura walk. I do my like blood thing on my katana and sheath it in. So fucking cool.
I aura walk.
So
Yeah, dude,
I
that's
actually
what it's
have a
all
question
about.
related to
You
that.
do the circular camera around Atsu and she's like standing there. It's
Like,
like,
you're
yeah,
gonna-
dude.
Like you're gonna post it on socials.
Fucking right.
I wondered when I was going to bring it up, but this is a good place to ask this question. Do you guys, when you play a game, do you role play at all? Ever? Like if you feel like it's like a low like do you have like walk when it feels right to have your
Yes.
character walk towards something?
Sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Or are you always full analog stick forward, going to
It
the
just
thing to-
depends.
It totally
so like
depends.
a thing that I did, and some of it is more my gameplay orientation. So like I think that it's a good example on the shrines, which are just platforming things, and those are pretty mindless. Like there's not a lot of challenge to them. And so the thing that I did, which I don't know is like role playing, but I did it for me, is I want to not stop. I want to just be going the whole
Yes.
time. I'm going to jump,
Sure.
I'm going to run, I'm going to do the hook, I'm going to slide. Like I don't want to ever stop in it. And that's how I make a little element of challenge.
But
to
I
do.
found myself when I would get to those shrines, when I would like walk through the crack to see the shrine be revealed, I would always like slow walk up to it. It just
Sure.
felt right.
Respectful.
To be like, oh,
After
this is like a moment.
the dueling trees, I would bow to everybody after I killed
Yeah,
them.
sure.
Like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff I totally would do. Yes.
Yeah.
I do like that. Like there are a couple of those locations that have like a bowing sign, and if you
Mhm,
bow,
mhm.
like some beautiful thing happens. Those are really cool too.
That was in Tsushima also, and that stuff's
Okay.
really nice. You can also play your little guitar, which I don't remember what that's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can play those there, and it spawns that stuff also. Did you
Okay.
guys use that at all to like find stuff because you unlock the different
Never.
songs?
Like
Never.
once.
I did for
I
the
did it to
platinum
find like the
stuff.
last wolf den, I think.
Yeah,
And
That
then
was
I
all I
would
used it for,
play it
too.
to summon the wolf. After that,
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you were you guys going for standoffs or did you stealth also?
I would stealth
tried to
until
stealth.
I felt like I had enough dudes dead that I could kill most everyone in a standoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's about right. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty
And that
similar.
That
felt-
feels pretty good.
That felt good every time.
Kurisagama,
The stealth
Honestly,
kills,
the-
pulling a
The
man.
Kurisagama, it makes it a little too easy mode because I unlocked the perk
Sure,
that it doesn't
but,
require
like-
spirit also.
Yeah.
Right.
And so like it made it a little too easy, so I tried to stop
Mhm.
doing it all the time.
Plus, you
Um,
don't get the chain assassinations with that.
Yeah, and the chain assassination shit is pretty sick.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
what a game.
What a
You
game.
guys want to talk about some swag? You want to talk about some
Okay.
fashion?
Okay.
Kyle, I think you had said that you didn't really mess with it. You've kind of found your
Yeah.
look
What
that
were
you
your
liked.
So
what was the reason you switched? If you can do it without spoilers.
yeah, so the first dye place you come across is the white dye place.
Uh-huh.
And I just I wanted to be in all white all the time. Cause like at the end of a
With
fight,
the blood on you.
you look fucking crazy as shit, dude.
Yeah.
And also like, and then you can like take the stuff off and put it back on and it's clean again. And so like I would do that sometimes. Like after a fight, I would like get clean again and then like walk like pure, try to ride my horse as much as possible. Because as soon as you get off that horse, you take like 5 steps and there's mud all over the bottom of your fucking thing. But I would like, whenever there was like an important fight that I knew was going to have like a cutscene, I would like get pristine, clean white before I went into the fight for the cutscene. So that was my thing, was like all white. And then there were a couple of like really.
Did you do a hat?
I didn't for a while. And then I found one that I thought was really cool. It was like, it's one of the straw like Ronin hats, but it has like a little thing that she can see through, and it's like black. And so there's a thing that happened in the story where I then dressed her in all black for a while. And then when I felt like the story was kind of coming out of that beat, I changed back into like the initial kind of like yellow stuff, like at the beginning, because I felt like, I don't know, I felt like I was like this impervious pure assassin in white, and then like mourning in black, and then like felt like I found a more balanced Atsu at the end with like some fun colors and stuff, and kind of mixed it up. So those were kind of my 3 that I felt kind of represented her arc as a character. And those are kind of the 3 that I settled on.
Did you just wear like the Onryo armor, or did you just do like all white in all of the different armor types?
It would be all white. So for I did a couple of armor changes for a couple specific fights. One of them was like a really heavy, it's like the really heavy armor set. But just like in all white. And then there were a couple I would play around, like I would do my splash of color on the swords and the equipment and stuff occasionally, because there are some really cool like color fade of like white or black to another color sword kits, or like some that are like kind of spectral and look really cool. And that's where I would do a pop of color on that for a little while. But yeah, it was a
there's one called
cool
Blood in the Snow.
Yes.
That's a totally white hilt with like a little red gem.
little red gem.
I rocked that the whole time. Those are so cool.
Yeah. That's
did you like switch out your
I
armor
switched up.
and colors
I
and
had
stuff?
all 5 slots
Okay.
all kitted out with different things, and just depending on the mood, swapped them out. I mostly used toward the end. I mostly used the fully upgraded Onryo armor. God, man, it looks so cool.
Yeah.
By the end of it.
I had the 5 armor kits kitted out for like different use cases, because all the charms were different. So I had like my stealth armor with the stealth. I had my standoff armor. And then I had like the heavy mail was my sort of like bunch of dudes that I'm fighting one. And then I had the Onryo armor, which was my like one-on-one style armor. But pretty much every time I booted up the game, I completely changed everything. Like the armor set stayed the same, but I changed all the colors, changed the sword kits, everything. Pretty much every single time I booted up the game.
Okay.
Is that, oh man. And like I would bring my wife in. I'm like, babe, I got new swag. You gotta come look at my new swag.
Oh yeah.
And it was like a little fashion show.
Did you guys turn off the like show previous weapon or tool feature? Because you can turn that off so that
I did not know that existed.
What's on is only ever the thing that's equipped. So there's never like shit on her back. And that's fucking clean, bro.
Oh, I bet that's
no, I wouldn't want that. I liked having the stuff because I tied in my Yari or my Kusagama or the guitar. Like I would tie that into the color scheme. So I liked having stuff on my back.
Yeah.
But I didn't really, I would have liked.
It is an option though, which
is
cool.
It does clip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is nice.
Yeah.
It's a good video game.
And it was the same way in Tsushima that like the fashion was such a huge component of it for me. And I'm not a photo mode person. Like I didn't go in and do photo mode stuff. I just liked to admire my own work, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
Yeah.
I think we will be talking more about that game on our Game of the Year podcast.
I think so too. Sounds like.
And we'll probably do some spoilers. So if you're planning on playing, just be prepped for that, because we'll need to do some story spoilers, because there's some heavy story shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I did want to ask, and maybe you guys didn't get far enough in Tsushima. I think structurally the world felt very different.
Yeah.
Because in Tsushima, it was pretty specifically 3 zones.
Huge
and they were very
zones.
connected, But they also, like, the first one was the largest, and then it got smaller, and then it got smaller. And this one, that's more individual zones that are sort of connected, and sometimes by just fast travel points. Like, you don't even, once you ride from a story perspective, after that, you don't even, like, actually go in between.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about that? Did you like how the world felt?
I liked that it was
the map was very.
I liked it was partitioned.
I liked that it was really open. But like each partition, if you will,
each
like
sandbox area was
you could see
very
everything.
open.
I felt like in Tsushima, like they had a lot of trees, like there were like little pockets of things that you couldn't necessarily see from a distance.
Those
like,
zones were bigger too. That's part of it.
Yeah,
in Tsushima
for sure.
Yeah.
It just felt like it sort of felt like the Todd Howard, like you see that mountain, you can go there. Like I liked seeing in the distance, oh, there's a trail of smoke.
Right.
There must be something over there. Like,
yep.
I don't remember feeling like I got a lot of that at a Tsushima. I was very much
and like
more like
the spyglass
and
is
go there.
They do a much better job of signaling things from greater distances. Tsushima was more about signaling things from like mid to short distance with like following the foxes or the birds or the wind or whatever. It opens it up much more to be able to see things from farther away and have more visual goal setting, which was good. Yep. But and then structurally I liked how none of the areas were too big, and so they all felt like I could have. So I did almost everything in the game without trying to be a completionist, just because I kind of came across everything.
There's always something.
Yeah. There's always something. Yeah.
And it doesn't overly litter your map with icons, which Tsushima was good about that too. The one thing that I did like more in Tsushima was how the actual side quests were structured, because there are side quests in both Tsushima and Yōtei that are like one-off.
Right.
That are just very small vignette stories, and they're one and done. In Tsushima, because the side characters were more integrated into the story, your major side characters, or like party members, if you want to call them that, they had their own story
quest
arcs
line,
that had quest lines with 5 missions, sometimes 9 missions that, you know, go throughout the entire game. Yōtei doesn't really have any of that.
It's a little more side characters.
And like
the weapon masters are kind of that.
They have a couple steps. Yeah, that's true.
But not as much.
I liked a lot of the side characters in Yōtei, but I wish that some of them would have been integrated more. Because like the weapon masters are a perfect example where you do their thing and then you pretty much don't hear from them ever again unless you go to their place and talk to them. And in Yōtei or in Tsushima, they felt, because you were making progress throughout the main story at like progress checkpoints, it just felt like a more unified experience and like more in-depth quest lines than it exists in Yōtei. In some of that, you know, Atsu's a very different character. She's more of a loner. And so a lot of that stuff, it feels more insular. But I did like that more in Tsushima, that I felt like I had quest options that I could be pursuing at a given time.
Did you camp often?
Before like boss battles and like major moments, but mostly just to refill my spirit.
I don't know if it ever happened to you, but I camped all the time, and I would have all those different people stop.
Yeah, they come and talk.
And tell a story or something. And
I never camped.
That I liked a lot. Oh. I liked that a lot. That was cool.
You always get you got buffs from cooking. When you camp and stuff.
I feel like because I was doing side quests and stuff, and a lot of those you end up camping as part of the side quest, and so you get meals and stuff that way. And I felt like I almost always had a buff going anyways.
Yeah.
One thing, I don't know if we're close to wrapping up on Yōtei, but one thing I want to make sure I don't forget to mention. So Sucker Punch is always, I feel like, maybe not always, since like the PlayStation 4, they've been very clever with using the controller in fun, unique way. Like they really take advantage of the software, or the hardware rather. Notably in Infamous Second Son, you would hold the controller sideways and you like press R2 to do a spray paint. That was sort of the thing in Second Son. You'd hold it sideways, so like felt like you were holding a spray paint can while you were doing that. And then obviously the I don't remember what kind of fun things they did in Tsushima with the controller. but between the the touchpad for like the
wind
guitar
and,
and the painting,
mhm.
and this one, you would never know this if you didn't know it, but when you play a song on the guitar, obviously the song comes through the controller speaker, but if you hold the controller up to your ear, the back of the controller, the vibrations are vibrating in harmony with the song. Like the tune of the vibration is in harmony with the song. You would never know it.
That's cool.
Like unless you held your ear up to it. But yes, the vibrations in the controller are harmonized with the guitar playing, which is just fucking crazy. That's such a cool small detail.
I always turn off controller speaker stuff, so I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never do controller speaker stuff.
Why?
Because it's distracting. I don't like it.
Oh,
I don't like the
man.
sound
I
coming
love that.
from multiple places.
Yeah, I mean, if it's done well, it feels very immersive to me. I
felt like it was used pretty tastefully.
For me, it's distracting and feels like a gimmick, and I don't. It feels like kind of chintzy. Even when done well.
Another little thing, I sent you guys a video of this. I don't know if you had seen it, but when I discovered that when it's raining in the game, if you open up your map, there are little water droplets that sporadically go. It's just like, it's not like there are other games that have done similar things, but that's the sauce, right? Like that's the little immersive stuff that, in a meeting, someone was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if, and that stuff's so immersive and really like, it takes it from being just an awesome video game to like feeling special when you could do that little cool stuff, like the harmonizing vibrations and things like that.
It doesn't even rain in Pokemon Z Day.
That's not true. It does.
Does it? Okay. I haven't seen any weather yet.
Yeah. It rains.
All right. Well, hey, all right. Credit where credit's due. Video game.
It doesn't do anything, but it does rain.
I wonder if it affects what kind of Pokemon come out.
Nope. Because there are like 6 Pokemon in each zone, and they're always the same. I also looked, I was like, I wonder if they're different at night. And no, not really. Nope.
But there are some that only come at night.
Yeah.
Some. Yes. Yeah. But not a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's Ghost of Yōtei. Like I said, I'm sure we'll talk more on the Game of the Year pod. So look ahead to that. Ball X Pit. How do you want to start off on Ball X Pit?
Yeah. So this is a Devolver published video game. And as we all know, Devolver far more hits than misses. This is a big hit. It's 2 games. The first of which is Breakout. If folks remember what Breakout is, it's like you have a little paddle at the bottom of the screen and you're bouncing a ball up and down. It's like a vertical screen game, and it's breaking blocks as you go. It's effectively that is one half of the game. And then the other half of the game is very kind of feature light town builder, which is where your meta progression is, because it is a run based game where you have several levels of this Breakout, several biomes of Breakout things that have different types of enemies in them, and then you take your gains from those runs and build up your town, which then has synergies with your runs because it's providing you buffs and extra bonuses and stuff, unlocking new characters that you can play as, because in the actual pit where you're playing Breakout, the characters you're playing as all behave very differently. So like the first guy you get is just like a soldier, and he spits out a special ball that has some sort of like special affinity, and then he's also shooting out, they call them baby balls. He's also shooting out these tiny little baby balls. And you get like a pointer to show where things are going to go, and like you can adjust your aim, and you're bouncing off the sides to try and get behind to get more hits in, to do more damage to the enemies, which are the blocks in Breakout. And then you unlock new character. Like one character is actually 2 characters, and so they mirror directions. So as you're moving your aiming reticle right and left, it's actually like mirroring it left and right, and so you can make them cross and stuff. And so they shoot twice as many balls, but all the balls do half damage. So that's a really good one for if you're getting multiple special balls that would have more like on-hit effects. So like you're hitting things more often, so those on-hit effects are more are triggering more often or more potent. And you can do stuff like bleed damage, poison damage. That eventually you get like a thing that lets you charm enemies, which makes them like turn around and start moving up the screen, whereas other ones are moving down. And so like there's a lot of synergies there. There's one character that shoots balls from the back of the screen instead of the bottom of the screen. And that can be really dangerous because enemies are always moving towards you. So if you're not keeping up with the flow of new enemies, you can be stuck with a bunch of enemies that are close to you that you can't damage. So stuff like that. Eventually you unlock the ability to select 2 characters. And so you can blend them together and like, okay, so I want the dude whose effect is the balls go through enemies until they hit the back of the screen and then they start to bounce like normal. And I want the one that shoots from the back of the screen. So the balls are shooting from the back, so you get the benefit of hitting the enemies behind, but they go through all the enemies first and then go back from the front through all the enemies again, and then once they hit the back again, then they start bouncing and doing damage. So it's like a lot of synergies with these different types of characters, and every biome has different enemies that have different effects and behaviors that you would want to have different synergies for and play differently.
Yeah.
It also has a Vampire Survivors aspect where as you're playing, you're breaking blocks and picking up XP and stuff that drops, and when you level up, you get a random reward, and that's either like an upgrade for an existing ball you have, a special ball, or a trinket that's like a passive buff or that changes the behavior of how some other things are working.
And that's just for the run?
That's just for that run, yeah. And then if you level up a special ball, which are the ones with all the extra on-hit effects, not the baby balls, you level up a special ball to level 3, and you have another special ball that's level 3, the enemies sometimes drop these fusion pickups where you can fuse those balls together, and it just adds their effects together into one ball.
So for instance, like there's a ball that does a horizontal attack, so it'll attack everything in a line like this.
Yeah.
And then there's another ball that adds electric that'll like do essentially like AoE damage. So you can combine those, so it'll hit everything in horizontal and do AoE.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yes. There's also one that does vertical line, and if you combine that with the one that's horizontal, it's actually called an evolution. So if you get both of those special balls at level 3, you can evolve them together, and it becomes one ball that does, every time it hits an enemy, it does the entire row and the entire column does damage to them and has extra on-hit effects because it's not just fusing the two, it's like evolving into a different kind of thing. There are also other balls that you can only get through evolution. Like there's one, there's like a spider one. So there's like a queen spider special ball where it has a chance every time it hits something to spawn baby balls that will then do a little bit of extra damage, and they can bounce around, and then like there are trinkets that make baby balls do more damage, and so those are good synergy together. So you combine a leveled up queen spider, and then there's another one that's just like an egg sac, like a spider egg sac that like will spawn extra egg sacs sometimes when it hits.
So is that the ball sack then?
Yes, I think it's called the ball sack.
Or is that the sack
ball? It might be called the ball sack.
Mm-hmm.
And you combine the spider queen with the ball sack, and it creates like this horrible, awful tarantula monster queen ball thing that just spawns tons of extra baby balls. So like, it again, not just a fusion, it's an evolution. So there are a lot of different. You need to
stop saying
synergies.
Baby balls.
Baby,
the FBI is on their way.
Baby balls.
I only played a little bit of this.
Yeah.
I only did a few runs. I think I unlocked the first character after the starting character. And I only very, very minorly toyed around with the meta progression town builder stuff.
Yeah.
But what is the meta progression in this? Like,
so
what upgrades are you?
Yeah. So you're also getting like similar to like a 4X game or an Age of Empires. You're also using some of the currencies that you're getting from your runs to like buy wheat fields that generate the wheat resource. And the way you collect the resource is by every time you go on a run, you can do a harvest, which is like a single shot with all the characters you have unlocked. So the more characters you have unlocked, the more balls technically that go through it. But then your town becomes like a breakout board where you're trying to hit
yeah.
the fields and the forests and the rocks to get a bunch of crafting materials to then upgrade your other buildings. And there are ways to get like additional harvests per run kind of a thing, and maximize those efficiencies. So the placement of things matters, because like the trees and the rocks want, like the wheat, you'll just run through it, but the trees you bump up against it. So you want to have like those in the back and then the rocks on the side. And so that way you're getting all the wheat in the middle and then bouncing off the trees and the rocks as much as possible. There are buildings that like will automatically harvest every so many minutes the wheat or the wood or the rocks or whatever. You get those a little later on, so that it kind of automates some of the material gains.
But what is this doing for your runs though? I mean,
so so I said earlier, some buildings unlock new characters that you have built, and as you level your characters up, those buildings will gain more passive effects that synergize with other buildings. Some of them just give you like, oh, now you have a free reroll on stuff like in a run where, oh, I rolled like, so I leveled up and I rolled 3 things and I don't really want any of those 3 things. Now I have a free reroll for those. Or you have to like pay the currency that you would be taking out of the run. You sometimes have to sink that in to reroll. So you get like free rerolls on that. What are some other ones? So, one of the buildings lets you do 2 characters, kind of fuse them together. That's one. And there are buildings that increase yours, because every character has stats, and the more you use them, the more they level up outside of the runs as well. And you can adjust, like you can increase their base stats with some buildings, but also increase the scaling of certain stats like endurance and dexterity and stuff. And that those affect, like endurance gives your character more health. Dexterity means you pick up and fire your balls faster again. So like the quote unquote reload time is lower if your dexterity is higher. And so these buildings will increase the scaling, which means every time, so let's say I have a building that does scaling D for dexterity, whereas normally it would be F. Now when I level up in a run, my character's dexterity goes up more per level than it would otherwise. So that's what the scaling means. Sure. So you have buildings that do that as well. And again, a lot of the materials are feeding back into trying to pump those buildings up as high as possible to increase the gains. I got it to the point where like I could have more special balls and more trinkets at any given time, and like it was increasing the amount of XP that I was gaining per run, so I could actually fill those slots better. And the more slots you have, the more evolved balls and fused balls you can have, which are making effects go crazy. I had one run that was truly magical where the game just couldn't keep up, and like the frame rate was tanking because so much shit was happening. So many balls were on the screen. And it's very much a game about creating broken builds. It really rewards that. Because every run on the different maps, you fight like 2 mini bosses, and then a final boss, and that's like the end of the run or whatever. And you can die. There are some buildings that give you additional things if you die and fail, so it like makes failure more rewarding. It's like not quite as punishing. Yeah, it's a damn good one of these games.
Because like you don't really like roguelites. What is it about this game that is hooking it for you?
It's
is
all
it the Breakout analog?
Well, so yeah, I love Breakout. I played a lot of Breakout on my iPod Video back in the day. I do really like Breakout. This, I also like town building. I like all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I like materials and crafting, upgrading buildings. It's got that on the other end of it, which I know a lot of people are less hot on, but for me, very much my shit. And then it's a game that's entirely about the meta progression, and you're never losing anything on a run.
Okay.
Because you will always exit a run with more currency than when you started. So you will at least get some gold from it. And your characters will gain XP, which makes them start further runs at higher levels and stuff. So there's
having
never
sort of
wasted
multiple meta progression ramps happening simultaneously.
Yeah. It makes failure still feel good.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of
that
the
makes
key.
sense.
Just more categorized as run based than roguelite.
Sure.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Because I saw a lot of comparisons to something like Vampire Survivors, which is a game that I really liked. It didn't sink its hooks in me because there wasn't a lot of meta progression other than unlocking new characters and the ability for certain thing to spawn. There wasn't like certainly a story, but even like a thing you were doing outside of runs. And that's what was missing for me. And that's why a game like Hades did sink its hooks in me, is because not only was the story part of the meta progression, but there was actual leveling up and buying new things and stuff that was happening outside. Cult of the Lamb's another great example. Like that was one of my favorite games when that came out because of all the town building shit. So it seems like, is it Ball X Pit or is it just Ball Pit?
It's just Ball Pit. So you don't pronounce the X. It's like there's an anime called Hunter x Hunter, which is it's spelled Hunter X Hunter, but it's just Hunter x Hunter. Because the X is like
that's dumb. I hate it.
I know it is.
It's like
it is
cross.
Dumb.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Blame
I
the
just hate
Japanese.
it. Yeah, sure. But this is speaking my language. I intended to check it out, and I just ran out of time with Go See Yōtei stuff.
Yeah, I liked what little bit I played of it.
It's very cool. It is very clever with how different all the areas are that you go to, and how it makes you think very differently about how you play the game. Like there was one area that really rewarded very precise firing. There was another area that really rewarded just as many balls as you can get on the screen at one time. Like this is going to be good for you.
That's that's how I like to live my life. As many balls as I can get at a time.
Baby balls,
not baby balls
specifically. No, baby balls specifically.
No, absolutely not. Don't come after me, please. Well, that's Ball
Just come
Pit.
before you.
I'm a gentleman. Gentleman always makes that happen. That sounds cool. I'm gonna have to check that out for sure.
Yeah.
Cody, you and I have played Dispatch, which at the time of recording, I think episodes 3 and 4 just came out. When this podcast launches, 5 and 6 will be about to come out because they're doing like 2 episodes a week, 8 total episodes. I've played the first 2. Is that how much have you played 3 and 4? Okay,
I've not played 3 and 4 yet.
What do you think, man? First question: is this a video game?
That's a good question.
I don't mean to be like reductive. I love walking simulators. I love narrative stuff. Yeah. Like, is this a video game in your opinion?
I won't lie to you. Like, okay, at the top, I love this game. I love it a lot. I think I think it's excellent in just about every way. While I've been playing it, I was like, man, this is a weird one to even broach on like a best game of the year conversation because it's kind of not a video game. I mean, even less so than like some of the big Telltale games of past are. Right. Like those feel far more video gamey than this is.
Like I think of a Gone Home or Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, Tacoma, like a lot of that Fulbright kind of stuff where there's very minimal gameplay and it's a walking simulator. You're mostly walking and experiencing the story. That stuff still can feel more video gamey than this because a lot of what you're doing here is sitting and watching an animated cartoon and occasionally making conversation decisions, which do have an impact. You get the little blue blazer will remember this kind of stuff. And then they integrate a couple of QTEs, although I don't remember any QTEs in the second episode. It was only in the first episode in a couple of spots, kept them off. Which I don't think they really add anything. And then there are 2 actual
they detract, but
yes, I agree. I don't like QTEs. Like if there's cool shit happening, I want to watch it. I don't want to have to pull the right trigger and not see the cool shit happening. But there are really 2 gameplay systems. There's the main dispatching that you were doing, and then there's sort of a hacking mini game. I'll talk about the hacking minigame first because it's a much slighter experience. You basically have to input radial buttons in the order that it tells you to. As you go, they add a little bit more complexity where you need to go up first, and then you need to do it to be able to go down. There's one that I got that I had to memorize And that's kind of it. I feel like that really doesn't add anything to the experience. No. It feels like a little bit of a time waster. The dispatch stuff is the actual like video game part, which is you have a roster of heroes that you get alerts for a crime in progress, and there are specific components of that crime that you need to attribute the right hero based upon their stats to solving that problem. So
and the suggestions are vague in the way that you have to sort of deduce what skill would be best for the scenario.
The skills are all straightforward. There's a conversation, there's a defense, there's a power, there's a speed. But yeah, the descriptions are like, hey, my cat is stuck in a tree. Can someone get over here really quick and fix it? And that's a very rudimentary example. But like, you want somebody who is fast. And there's also like one of like, oh, we need someone that's going to make the corporation look really good at this conference. And so you want someone with high speech, but also you probably don't want to send the giant lizard man or whatever, because that might scare people away. Like that kind of, there's some subtlety. There are certain points where you can send multiple heroes for a single crime where you can sort of, synergize their abilities together. And now I think it's like generally pretty fun. They find fun ways to integrate some quick decision making of like, I'm trying to get the cat out of the tree, but I can't reach it. What should I do? And it's like, oh, go get a ladder, or yell at the cat to jump into your arms.
And even those are based on the stats. Like you have to sort of deduce again which one would be best for the situation.
Yep. And that like I think is fine. It's not like super hard. They do the telltale thing at the end where they tell you your percentage, like, you and X percent of people did this. And at the second, it was like, you finished in the 90th percentile on dispatching. And I was like, wow, I didn't even do that well. So people are not good at that, I guess. Because like, I failed like 3 of the 10 missions and I still got 90th percentile. So again, the main thing about this game is the story and the writing and the characters. And I think there is a specific taste level for this that is extremely subjective. Kyle, I know you started it and were like immediately turned off by the writing style and the characters.
Everything about and the art style, like everything. There was nothing. And then I did the little hacking minigame and I was like, there's nothing here for me. I need to get out. So I uninstalled it very quickly.
The visual style thing, like, it's subjective.
I really like the way it looks.
I personally think you're crazy. I think this game looks unbelievably pretty.
Take any beautiful still from it, it looks 2D, but the fact that it like is moving in 3D, it looks amazing.
And the character designs are so great too.
Hi-Fi Rush. It reminds me of Hi-Fi Rush.
Sure, yeah. It's like a Saturday morning cartoon mixed with a futuristic anime style. The only problem that I have
animation animes are very popular. I cannot watch them because I despise that style of animation. It's just nails on a chalkboard, visual nails on a chalkboard for me, and that's just the way it is for me. But I know
it's funny because I really dislike a lot of the traditional anime visual stylings with like the over the top, off model character reactions and stuff. That stuff turns me off. What doesn't turn me off is a lot of the character models, because everyone in this game is like so hot. It's ridiculous. Like all of the characters are so hot.
You fist bump Royd?
I did not fist bump Royd. I didn't. He was pissing. I didn't want to touch him. He hadn't washed his hands.
That's fair.
But dude, Blue Blazer has me in my feels for sure. And then the Invisigal is like, I want her to be mean to me. I want her to punch me. Yeah, dude, bring it on.
So that is Laura Bailey.
Okay.
We had thought it was Blue Blazer, but she is.
I'm not head over heels with the writing in totality. I'm a little bit, I'm not close to Kyle. Like, it's not a turnoff. I think a lot of the writing is really good. It has that Joss Whedon-esque, everyone's irreverent, everyone is a wit master. They're always making light of everything that's happening. And it can be a little, like, there were several times that I like cringed a little bit. It comes with the territory. Either you like that shit or you don't. Either you're fed up with it or you're not. I have been fed up with it in a Marvel perspective, but there's a like naivety maybe to how this is written, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but there's like an authenticness to some of the cringe that I find endearing rather than off-putting, because this is made by a small group of indie developers and not one of the biggest corporations in the world. So like it just feels better to me than Marvel stuff does. But I do like, there were a couple of times where I was like, okay, this is a little bit lame.
The game opens
But also,
with like 50 fucks, a few shits, and a couple comes.
a dick, like you see a dick.
What's wrong with that? That's a Friday night.
Yeah,
Right.
and I was like, all right, 14-year-old,
only
you're
a couple
trying
comes?
way
Come
too
on.
hard.
Getting old.
Trying way too hard.
There are definitely points where it feels like they're trying too hard. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm laughing my ass off, man.
I have laughed out loud
I've
several
enjoyed it.
times.
Like literally have laughed out loud multiple times
Yep.
playing it. And then my wife will play it after I do. And then like we're laughing together. And then I see the different decisions that she makes. And it's just been a good time.
That's great.
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying the heck out of it.
Yeah, it's, again, if you like Telltale style games, you will enjoy the style of this. It is very that. The writing trappings, you either know, like just the description that we've given about it, you know whether or not you will like it or hate it. And Kyle, you knew going in, like you would have hated it because you hate that shit, which is totally reasonable.
Well, no, I didn't
It's
know. I guess I watched like the first trailer when it aired during a
Sorry.
thing, and I didn't
Yes.
really. I thought it was gonna be a lot of the dispatch stuff, and then I didn't remember the animation was 3D because I just kept looking at pictures, and so I thought it was gonna be just like a cell animated kind of thing, and I was like, I can get down with that. That's fine. And then so like, it just wasn't what I thought it was because I didn't do any I knew you wanted to play it, Shay, and so I was like, I'll just go ahead and pick it up on the Steam family account, and that way Shay can play it, and I'll give it a shot.
Thank you.
And I didn't look at anything else, so I went into it a little bit blind, thinking that I would.
I mean,
Thinking it was like a little bit more of like a Papers,
style.
Please. I thought it was going to be more of like a
where
Papers,
there's more
Please
gameplay.
experience. Yeah,
Right.
and it's just
Yes.
it's
specific
not that,
to
so.
the writing style. You know, and you, by you I mean viewers, listeners, you know whether or not you like that kind of writing style. It's not going to change your mind on that writing style. If you hate it, this isn't going to convince you, in my opinion, because it's very much that. And I'm very hit or miss on that. And for me, this is hitting way more than it's missing. I've only played the first 2 of 8 episodes. We'll see, but I'm very, very much enjoying it so far. They're also super short. The first episode I beat in a little less than an hour. The second one I beat in like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Love
Yeah,
that.
that's the sweet spot.
Bite-sized. Yeah.
Because you want it to feel like an episode of something, which is I'm sure that is the
Exactly.
intent.
And I feel like it very much does. Like,
Good cliffhangers at the end of episodes.
yeah. And for what it's worth, and again, 2 episodes that we're looking at here. While, yes, would it be nice if this game was just the dispatch? I think it would actually get pretty old pretty quick if the whole game was just that. I feel like the amount of that you do in each episode has been good. It's a good amount of not doing that and doing that, I feel like, in every episode so far.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say like playing the second episode, you spend more time in the dispatch than in the first one.
Yes.
And when I finished the first run of that dispatch section and it goes into more story choice making, in my mind, I was like, I don't really want to do another dispatch thing in this episode. And you don't. It's just the one thing. So yeah, I think the balance is right if you like this thing. It's such a specific thing that you need to like. This is not for everybody. Although it's doing very well, I believe. Like, I think it's selling very well, which I'm a little bit surprised
Very positive
by.
reviews on Steam with 8,700 reviews. Right.
Who's
Yeah,
making this? Who's the developer?
That's a good question.
Ad
It's-
Hoc
it's a bunch
Studio,
of-
which is the former Telltale
former
people.
Telltale people.
Okay.
I think did Skybound
their first
publish
game?
it? No, Critical Role is publishing
it's-
it. I think.
It's developed and published by Ad Hoc in collaboration with
Critical Role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's their first
Before we
game.
move on, Shay,
Yes.
did you throw water or liquor at Flambe?
Water.
Oh, I liquored him up.
Yeah.
Lit
What
that
happened?
bitch on
Did he-
fire.
Okay. Because I wanted to put him out. Yeah.
The intro in the second episode, his eyebrows are all burnt
Nice.
off. Which
In
is
mine,
a nice
well,
little touch.
he's missing a tooth because he slips on the ice and
Sure.
yeah. So yeah, he will remember that.
yes, he will.
Yeah, I'm super psyched. I'm sure we'll talk about this again next pod because all of it will be out. So we'll catch up on if our feelings hold true.
Yeah.
Last thing, video game wise, that we wanted to chat about here was, as I mentioned at the top, Kyle decided to spend real life human dollars on the Battlefield 6 specifically to play the campaign. He's a crazy person. So while all of your other gaming podcasts are telling all their cool stories about the multiplayer mode and how awesome it is, Party Select is here to give you the real breakdown of this short ass, lazy, low effort, last minute campaign that DICE and other people put together. So Kyle, it's all you.
It is all of those things and no more.
I'm surprised.
All right, so here, some people really like how Battlefield feels to play. I think those people are just kind of like objectively wrong. Like they're allowed their opinions, but they're just extremely wrong. Those guns just don't feel good. Like I get it's a little bit more of a simmy experience. I don't think player movement feels good. Like the mantling and the movement just never feels right. It's very floaty. I feel very disconnected from the ground when I'm moving around. Battlefield has always had those problems. Like the gun recoil is kind of out of control. It's very hard to get a handle on. And I don't necessarily think it's like a skill issue. I think it's I'm playing this video game with a controller, and you need to take that into account, video game developers issue. Because I don't have the same issues when I'm playing on PC with Battlefield. In this instance, I bought it physically on PS5. It feels just like every other Battlefield video game I've ever played. Story-wise,
why did you buy it on console, by the way? Just because you only wanted to play the campaign? And yeah. I see. Okay.
And I didn't think my computer would do a good job. Because I'm running on a 3060 over here, and it gets rough.
What a loser. Yeah, I've got like a 2080
I've been buying
probably.
Old games. I don't have any money for new
like a 10.
PC. You've got a 10?
I have a 720p.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is nonsense. The story is fucking nonsense. It's like, so it's about this PMC.
Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Yes, it's about a PMC that is so the United States military is handing over an installation to this PMC as like a supposed to be a peaceful transfer of property to this PMC. I don't remember the reasons specifically. I don't even know if they really get into it, but it's what's happening. And for no reason, the PMC is like, we're going to bomb the shit out of this shit. Even though you're about to give it to us, we're going to fucking bomb the shit out of this shit, bro. I think it has something to do with stuff that's on a server that you're supposed to be protecting. I think that's the thing they really wanted. And so, like, it wasn't going to be there when they inherited it. So I think that's why they're actually attacking it. But loose justifications aside, it opens with a lot of bombast. You know, there's a lot of, like, the tech in it is very impressive. All the destruction tech. It's the best it's ever been. That stuff, very impressed with. But the story is complete nonsense. The characters are very forgettable. I couldn't tell you a single name. I couldn't even tell you a single gender. I think there were some dudes, maybe some ladies. Couldn't tell you anything beyond that. You play as a few different characters. I do remember that much. It is not, so there are a couple missions that are a little more open-ended. Like when I think of Battlefield campaign, I think of very open missions where you can kind of accomplish them however you want. Like kind of open zones.
A lot of the recent Call of Duty stuff.
Yeah, Call of Duty begged, and stole that from Battlefield campaigns. There are a couple of those, but there are a lot of much more railroaded, linear campaigns. It feels kind of like an uninspired Call of Duty campaign. More recent.
Yeah, and I saw that there are a lot of like the rudimentary rote, like you're in a tank, you're controlling a missile silo,
it's got
like
all
a lot
that
of that
stuff.
kind of shit. The checkboxy kind of 2008 era.
100%. Yeah. I like the game is terrified that you're gonna run out of ammo. And there are so many pit stops. Like it's in between every fight, there is like a safe zone with an ammo box where you can adjust your loadout and stuff. That's
Part of
feels
the
very
fun
chunked
is
up.
like picking up a
Totally.
random gun and
Totally.
yeah.
And I think the campaign, like the missions where they were more open, where I got to kind of pick and choose how I went about objectives, that was a much better time, because I feel like they're like the linear campaigns just kind of not what they do, and so they aren't good at it, and so it felt very stop and start. But the few missions that were big open zone were fine. But again, like the story justification, it is all complete nonsense.
How long did it take to beat?
4.5, 5 hours, 4.5, 5. Yeah.
Okay.
That was about it. It was 2 sittings.
Did you blow up so many buildings?
Dude, I destroyed so many things. There was one when you're in the tank, there's some fun to be had in a tank with that destruction engine for sure. But yeah, it's pretty, I don't know, when did I beat this video game? I have it written down. I beat this video game October 15th, 15 days ago. I'm having a really hard time remembering details about this thing.
Yeah.
I'm having a really hard time. So I feel like that tells you all you need to know. Do not buy this video game for the campaign.
Not recommended to buy.
Everybody
for the
knew that
campaign,
already.
But exactly. No new information was shared here on this segment.
Nope.
But it's good to get confirmation, I guess.
Sure.
Both
of add my voice to
this
the chorus,
is and also your insanity. Confirmation of your insanity.
Yeah. I needed a first-person shooter campaign so bad, and I got it.
I hear you, man. I'm a sucker for that shit too, especially the mindless turn off your brain stuff. The bummer about Doom, as much as I love the Doom games, it doesn't fill that itch for me because there's too much gameplay happening. I need to think when I'm playing those games. I love it doesn't have mindless
follow
shooter.
Like the character follow is not on the screen.
Right. Yeah, but I wasn't going to spend $70 to play that.
Nor should you.
No,
Nor should you.
Thank you.
I just, I wanted it on my shelf. And now I have it.
Fair enough. Well, that's our playlist for October. Some good, some bad.
Yeah.
Per usual. Let's jump into critical hits. Cody, you kind of flagged the Halo news. Do you want to walk us through that for folks that maybe missed it?
Yeah. I'll pull some excerpts here from this VGC article from Jordan Midler.
Midler?
Halo Camp... Midler? Hardly
knew her.
Halo Campaign Evolved, which I think is a pretty clever name.
That's
for this,
good.
Is a full remake of the campaign portion of the series' first game, Halo Combat Evolved. While no specific release date was announced, Microsoft has confirmed the game will launch next year. This fully rebuilt campaign will introduce remastered 4K visuals, beloved Halo weapons and vehicles, plus brand new story content, according to Xbox Wire. We wanted to start where it all began with the original campaign that defined Halo. Starting here, people who have never played the game before will be able to understand the story from the very beginning, and that can help us chart a new course forward with the new Halo stories. So new story content, which is said to be 3 missions pre Halo 1, which could be the Fall of Reach, which could be really cool.
They said, in the press release, it said it was with
Sergeant Johnson,
Master Chief and
right?
Sergeant Johnson. Yeah.
So I wonder, if co-op, if one person's playing as cool. Johnson in those,
that would be dope.
Cool.
And real quick, I don't know if you mentioned it. This is coming to PlayStation also.
Yes,
which I think is
the biggest
crazy.
It is coming to PS5.
Not crazy because you would expect it at this point, but
this is
the reality of this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, so this is Microsoft's shift away from their proprietary game engines to Unreal. They are producing these. They remade Gears in Unreal Engine 5 and released that on PlayStation. The reason they're pushing towards Unreal is so they can make their video games multi-platform because the compatibility layers exist for that already. So this is Halo 1 remade in Unreal, so it can be played on multiple platforms. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Switch 2 version of this at some point.
4-player co-op is confirmed for it. It is just campaign, so there is no
Yes.
multiplayer component to this. There could be.
I guess
I'm sure they're cooking some multiplayer project.
Yeah,
Probably a little further down the
probably
line.
some battle royale, trend chasing something. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
They've
didn't-
also promised. Oh, go ahead.
They didn't say like a price for this, did they? Because I can't imagine this
No.
is going to be a full price thing. What was Gears remastered?
Oh, I think Gears was.
it 60?
If I'm
Well, at least on Steam, it's $40
Oh, okay.
right
well,
now.
the Steam one's been out for a while, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. PlayStation Store Gears.
It's like along with this, they
It's
released
40.
it.
Yeah, it is 40 on. It is 40.
$40.
Okay. All right. This is probably not going to be 40 if I had to guess. It'll probably be
You don't
50
think
or
so?
60. I bet it'll be 50 or
This
60.
is a remake. This is a full remake. Gears was just
A remaster.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But still, again,
But this
for
is also only campaign.
only a campaign
True.
first-person shooter to charge full price for that feels a little crazy.
Well, full price would be 70, so I'm betting 50 to 60.
That still seems crazy to me, but
Yeah,
see.
people will pay it.
They did
Yeah.
mention that they are going to retool a couple of the maps, specifically targeting those latter half maps like the library. The level is notorious for being so long and so boring and tedious. So they have talked about speeding those levels up and making them not a slog to get through, which I think is only a good thing. They're going to add in flood variants that weren't introduced into like Halo 3.
Right, that's cool.
They're going to be brought over into this to sort of modernize it a bit more. Yeah, it seems great. They've released a gameplay demo of the Silent Cartographer map or level that they played through.
They made one change I don't
I've-
like on Silent Cartographer. We talked about this, Cody,
Mhm.
independently. They removed a couple rocks in a tree from before the hunter fight. And so now you can just drive a vehicle easily up there into the hunter fight. Whereas before, you used to have to do some like tricky maneuvering and driving, and it felt like you were doing something you weren't supposed to do. And it felt like secret and special when you would do that. Now you could just drive your shit up there. And I think we lost something in that moment.
I
So.
can't find I just tried to look up, but I did see a tweet from the designer of Combat Evolved who explicitly pointed that out of like, we deliberately had put those rocks there to, force an experience from,
Right.
the player to have to face those hunters not in a vehicle.
Right.
Just pointing out that like there was intention to those and to see them actually, taken out. Granted, I think this was an alpha build, maybe it was a beta build. That could change, I guess. Everything's subject to change in there.
I bet
Maybe
it's
those
not
go in.
going
doubt
to
it.
change.
Um,
They just want you to
but,
have fun.
yeah.
They know you've played
Yeah.
this game before.
For sure. I also just today, I didn't include this in the article I pulled up, but I saw a couple speculation that 2 and 3 are already in the works being something.
Yeah, like
mastered,
I feel
made,
like the
something
hardest
along those
part
lines.
getting the stuff to Unreal is like the first time you do that, right? Because then I feel like you develop a pipeline for asset recreation
Yeah.
and transfer upon doing that. So yeah, I bet 2 and 3 probably aren't that far behind. That'd be pretty cool.
Are you guys I mean, does something like that, a remake or a remaster, interest you more than just a port of the Master Chief Collection
Yes.
over to PlayStation?
Yes, because the Master Chief Collection kind of sucks.
It fucking sucks. Yeah, it's a
mess.
broken mess.
Now, if the Master
Yeah.
Chief Collection was good, I might prefer that.
Yeah,
because it has the
I don't know that the
multiplayer.
game's really and I don't know that the games really need, or I mean, they're still very
they're
good.
still very
Still
fucking
very
good to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like this. It is a shame that PlayStation players will not get the original versions. I am excited about these re-envisioned versions because I just want to see what their take on it is. And I really like the adding in of the new flood types from 3 and some of the later games. I think like that just helping pull the universe together a little bit more cohesively. I think that's all net positive stuff. I think that's cool. Like vehicle hijacking they're adding into this one. It wasn't in the first game. Sprinting, yes, huge. So I think it's going to be a cool singular experience. It is a shame PlayStation folks won't be able to play them in their original forms, but
you don't think, well, I can almost guarantee it's not going to be there, but there's not going to be any sort of like a la the Halo Master Chief Collection where you could swap between the original and the new.
No way, no chance.
Like this is just going to be this singular new thing.
Yeah.
Leaving the past behind.
Yeah. Well, because the Master Chief Collection, I believe the way it worked is they had like an emulated Xbox engine going alongside the new engine.
Because all the different games were made in different engines, and that's why that collection is just a clusterfuck.
Yeah, that's part of why it sucks so bad. All the compatibility layers they put on top of it to make it come together. But I believe because you could do an instantaneous graphic swap, and they were only able to achieve that by effectively having two engines running at once. Yeah. And so I mean there's no way they're doing that in Unreal. So
this feels sort of like these PlayStation versions feel sort of like what Naughty Dog was doing with The Last of Us.
A little bit.
Part 1. Like really making the true vision.
Oh, I
singular vision of
the difference is that there was like 3 years in between that game and the remaster of that versus
and it was the same studio.
I was gonna and it was the same studio. I was gonna make a more of a correlation between this and like the Oblivion remake, which
sure. Yeah,
I really like. You know, it always sucks that they're reselling us the same shit again and charging us for it. Like just that as a concept is just so capitalism and it's such a bummer. However, the reality is a lot of gamers out there are not in their mid to late 30s and haven't played all of these classic games. And so being able to play them now with modern sensibilities and quality of life changes and making them modern versions of these classic games is awesome. It's good for games preservation. It's good for accessibility. All that stuff is true. And even for us, this is a cool way to re-experience these games without just replaying the same old one. Like it feels fresh. Yeah. And I know, Kyle, like there were things you didn't like about the Oblivion remake because they were different. And there were some things you did like that because they were different.
Right.
And it's a different version. Yeah, and this will be the same thing. And so like if they continue to do this, I think that's cool. Frankly, they don't have a whole lot of IP to do this with, I guess. After I just said that, I'm like, what else would they do this with besides Gears? Which at this point, they kind of can't.
Fable.
Yeah, maybe, I guess.
If they can manage to get that new Fable game out, maybe they can go back to the well.
Yeah, maybe.
And revisit Fable.
Maybe.
I mean, outside of Fable, Halo was like the last bastion of making it. Like Forza's over there, Gears is over here, Halo.
Yeah.
I just mean in terms of like a remaking. Well,
I mean, they acquired Xbox so many studios, though, right? Like, so.
But that's
all
the
those
point.
Studios have
those things are not. But they're not definitively Xbox games. That's more what I mean. Is they're taking their things and from 20 plus years ago and remaking them for now. That is cool. And Bethesda is a little bit of an exception because that's such an old game that was associated with Xbox. Like it was a PC game, but it was also very much an Xbox 360 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the PS3 version was kind of terrible.
Well, yeah, Skyrim was the same way. And unfortunately, that's where I got to play it for hundreds of hours before I could run it on PC.
Yeah. Well, and the New Vegas on PS3, it's also pretty terrible.
Yep. True.
But yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing. I agree. I think Campaign Evolved is a fun title. We'll see. Like pricing makes a big difference to me because if this is a $60 game, I think that'll be a bummer.
Yeah.
But that Oblivion Remastered wasn't it? Yes, I think this will be on Game Pass. Ultimate. Not the middle tier, not premium or whatever their middle tier is.
Oy.
Well, all right. The other thing I wanted to chat about with Game of the Year coming up, we'll have Party Select Game of the Year stuff number into early January. But because we do a lot of like top fives of any given year, I am always a big game of the year person. I've always written on my website, sometimes years after the fact, but I always like to do a top 10. I do the categories. I just like thinking about, I've got a big OneNote page with all my categories and how I like to think about game of the year stuff. How do you guys do it for yourself? And is it just for yourself, or do you want to put it out into the world and publish it on a thing? How do you think about game of the year for you? Cody? Do you track like a top 10? Is that kind of what you do? Or
yeah, I'm a big spreadsheet guy, so I got a game spreadsheet both for tracking release dates and for things I played, my thoughts on them. Though I try to wait until toward the end of the year to actually rank them definitively in any way, just because, like, I don't know, like up until Yōtei, like I really thought during the course of the year, I think it's more of a projection of what my game of the year is going to be versus this is my game of the year right now. Because I don't want, when I play Yōtei, to be comparing, oh, is this better?
Yes.
Than, I don't want that comparison during my gameplay. I want to compare that at a later time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I very much do like that sort of, that ranking based, ranking my experiences with these games at the end. I've always wanted to do like a YouTube video every year where I just like a video essay explaining my game of the year stuff. I just never have, because I would really like it to be pretty produced, like have gameplay footage and the whole nines, and I'm just not actively recording gameplay when I play games. But nonetheless, I always every year make sure, even for my own edification, I keep a top 10 of the year. Though I only started really cataloging that within the past couple of years, but no, it's something I really enjoy doing, and yeah, that's where I'm
Is
at.
it just a top 10, or do you think about like, these are my favorite stories, these are my favorite characters, or is that just kind of all put together in your top 10?
No, I don't usually break it out like that for my personal. I think those conversations are enjoyable, but I usually stick to ranking my games, and typically I don't even stop at 10. Like I keep track of everything I played, and I'll go through and rank what I played,
the whole thing
during the year.
Okay, that's interesting.
Against each other. So
cool. Kyle, what do you do?
So previously I used to not do any sort of tracking of anything. But this year, spreadsheet year, baby. Well, in this case, a Google Doc of all the games that I have played that are new, and separated all the games that I have played this year that are old. If I beat them, I write down when I beat them. And if I think they are game of the year potential top 10 material, I highlight them. If they are like bottom tier potential, I highlight them in red. Yes. Destiny 2, Evil. Edge of Fate, and Mind's Eye are highlighted in red this year. But I have a bunch of yellow highlights of games that I really enjoyed, and so it's a nice quick temperature check for me, like, oh yeah, that came out this year. And then for the purposes of the podcast, I have written down in bullet points all the games I played for that podcast period, and then notes on all of them. So now I get to like look back and remember kind of what were the high points, what were my thoughts on most of these games. So that's very helpful. When I think about a personal top 10, I tend to be, and this has borne itself out with a lot of our like best of X year, worst of X year. I'm very vibes based. It's very like in the moment. What am I valuing right now? Right. So I don't have like a
like the next day you might look back and be like, I would change my mind.
Right. I do that all the time. Or like sometimes I'll listen back to our podcasts just to see how much of an asshole I sound like. And I find myself disagreeing with myself often.
It's funny. He actually thinks Star Wars Battlefront 2 Battlefront is the greatest game of 2004.
I haven't gotten there yet. But maybe tomorrow. I'll wake up and agree. So it is very mood, very vibes based in terms of what I'm valuing or looking for in the moment. Because because I don't have like a scientific system where I break it down by score. Like, this is what I think of the story, the graphics, the music, the characters, like gameplay systems. Like some sites do. I know, so I did start writing the occasional review on Backlogged, and it does have suggested categories where you can rate certain categories of the game.
Okay.
And that'll be interesting over time as I do more of those to see how that bears itself out. Like be able to look back at like specific elements of a game and how I felt about it, and maybe be able to break things down more scientifically with a longer lens. But for each given year, I mean, it shifts and slides, and I just don't care.
Right.
Parentheses positive. Like there are no stakes in like for me in choosing a top 10. Like I don't hold myself to it in any kind of way. I'm doing it for the exercise of doing it because it's fun talking about video games with you guys. I would not do this if I wasn't doing the podcast, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
I don't think about it in that way.
I remember very specifically when we started the Shades Everything podcast, and I was really leaning into my website at that time and just like trying to churn out as much content as I could. I was writing a bunch of reviews, and I had asked you, I was like, do you want to write a top 10 that I can post on my website as like a guest post? And you were like, no. And I was like, will you do it anyway, please? And you're like, okay, fine. And you did. But yeah, I remember because being brothers specifically is what makes it funny to me, because we are so alike in so many ways. Brothers, sorry. But this specific, the way, like how laissez-faire you are about the ranking and the organization, like that's my entire life.
Right.
Everything in my life is oriented around categorizing things.
Right.
And ranking things fits totally into categorizing it.
Yeah.
And so the idea that you were just like playing video games and I liked it or I didn't, and then I move on. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? How do you not already have a spreadsheet where you're mentally comparing these two things?
So it kind of is, you either like it or you don't. Is that do you like some games more than others?
Yeah,
do you
for
have
sure.
a favorite? Like, do you feel like this is my favorite game I played this year?
No. But
really,
that's mostly because, I mean, this year's just kind of tough in general because there's so many great games. But yeah,
you have your favorite games of all time. Like Resident Evil 4 always comes up.
Yeah,
Katamari
but
Damacy always comes up.
A lot of that stuff was established formative years. I'm a gaming boomer now. I'm not establishing new things about my gamer identity anymore. Like I'm in my maintenance phase. I'm in my maintenance phase. The upkeep phase. So like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is incredible. I really like Death Stranding 2. I really like Ghost of Yōtei. There were a lot of elements of Hell Is Us I fell deeply into Fantasy Life I for a while there. Like, I could say any of those are my game of the year and feel fine about it. I just don't care about
nonsense.
One is better than the other. These are games that I love.
That's the only thing I care about.
I know.
What's better than the other?
Care aside, you don't even feel like, oh, I'm liking this so much more than.
I guess because day to day, like I said, it shifts and changes as to what I'm looking for, what I'm valuing, what I'm thinking about, and the way in which I'm thinking about it changes. It's why I don't see the utility in tying myself to a commitment this is my game of the year, when I know enough about myself to know that I'm going to feel differently about it. So I would rather just think about these are my favorite games of the year.
Right.
They're all number one in your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would rather have a list of 10 games that are unranked. These are all my favorite games, or 8, or however many it was that deserve to be in that. Yeah. Right. I think that totally does.
And they're probably going to all be
sense.
A very different kind of game, because
sure,
they're all going to be they would all win in a certain category for me. And the spread is important because I feel differently so often about things and in very different moods. And so I feel my top 10 is going to be a very different looking group of games.
Yeah. I like having categories for that reason. One, it's yet another thing that allows me to rank things. But I like thinking about them in their like I would never score a game for its story or graphics or whatever.
Right.
Like that is arbitrary and dumb, but in my opinion, but like for when I wanted to start writing about video games and my opinions, I wanted to do categories for the game. I didn't just want to do a top 10. I wanted to celebrate the best setting or the best story or the best characters.
Sure.
Because a lot of times like there would be a game that I thought looked amazing, but it wasn't in my top 10, and I wanted to find a way to celebrate that.
Right.
And that's really where it came from, and then also it allowed me to have more stuff. Like when I started writing my game of the year things, I did originally start with just a top 10, and on shadeseverything.com like a lot of my old like 2006, 2008 are just a list of 10 games. But anything, I think it's like 2014 that I started doing categories, and all of those are like 10,000 word gigantic things because I'm writing paragraphs about each game in each category. And it's a lot of work, and it can feel tedious and overwhelming, but man, it feels fucking good to do that too. And to not just compare Ghost of Yōtei to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 overall, but specifically compare their graphic styles, specifically compare their writing and story and narrative, only those categories, and then compare them overall, because one's better than the other in a certain thing. Like I like the different ways of comparing games. Really, that fills me up. But yeah, I've got my mine's a OneNote sheet because I liked the freeformness of it, but now that I'm older, I would prefer a spreadsheet, but it's been like literally a decade. I have my oldest one is 2014, where I've got all my giant writings and notes and shit in there, which is fun to look back at from time to time. But yeah, I think for us, I guess we haven't like solidified our game of the year plans entirely. We will be doing a top games deliberation where we will have a collective list. We frankly we haven't decided if we were going to do a top 5, which is what we typically do, or if we want to take the easy way out and do a top 10 so that everybody gets to be at least a little bit happier.
We got to do the top 5. We do it for every year. That format
I think you're probably right.
It's going to feel bad.
That's going to be horrible.
It's going to be rough.
Especially because a good video game isn't going to make it because Death Stranding 2 is going to be on there. So, it's going to be 4 good games and Death Stranding 2 is the real list, and that makes it feel
I thought you were about
bad.
to say a good game isn't going to make it because Death Stranding 2 won't be on there.
Oh, I see. No. It's going to be on there, and it won't deserve it.
Oh, hey,
that's fine. I'll tell you what, Claire Obscura ain't going to be on there. But we'll save this deliberation for that podcast.
This is already...
we're already starting.
Oh, man.
But we'll do some... We did some superlatives with Shades, everything. I think just last year we had like dedicated podcasts. We'll have some sort of conversation to what I was talking about of who were our favorite characters, what were our favorite stories, just because it's good to celebrate games in a different way. And our top 5, top 10, whatever can feel cutthroat at times. It can feel dismissive at times because we have to cut games. We can only have 5. And where a lot of times we end up focusing on like the negative aspects as a justification to cut. And it's nice to have something that's only about celebrating it. It's not about ranking it. It's not about me versus you opinions. It's just what's the good shit. So we'll do something related to that in December or January. Let's actually go into the legit competitive stuff where there's no feel goods, for me at least, which is Fantasy Critic.
What do you mean for you?
Cody,
I'm the
I feel
one
like
getting my ass beat.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to win, and that's all I care about. I knew I wasn't going to lose. Yeah, I never thought for a second that I was going to lose. Come on.
All right.
I'm just a winner. Or I should say I'm a not loser. Cody, I feel like you've become the de facto literal leader and also leader of this segment. So do you want to kind of give the rundown of what changed in the last month?
Of course. I will start with you, Shay. You had just today released Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. That's sitting as of recording at an 85, which is great.
Exactly what
15
I
points.
would have hoped for.
Yeah. And then Keeper as well, sitting at an 82, and also is what Kyle counterpicked, thinking it would not come out this year.
Yeah, or if it did, it would be in the 70s, and my point loss would be minimal. I was wrong on both counts. I mean, we'll see. Keeper just came out. The reviews could go lower, but
it could
That's true.
drop for sure. I also, as of I think yesterday, as of time of recording, had Outer Worlds 2 drop, currently at an 82 as well, so another 12 points there. That was really all the motion that my team, my roster had over the last month. Kyle has
I
Arc
continue
Raiders,
to be picked while I'm down.
as does not have an open critic score yet, but the first review in has it at an 82, which good. I've heard very positive things on the internet about it so far, so
Yeah.
sounds like maybe that goes up a couple points. Unfortunately, now the bad news, Mina the Hollower, I mean, this sucks even outside of the Fantasy Critic, has been delayed out of October to an unknown date.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's still this year.
I think they
Hopefully they don't have to
intimated
push
that
it.
it should still come out this year. I feel like
The
I saw
messaging
something
around it, even the messaging around the delay notice was sort of like, don't worry, it's not going to be too big of a delay, but
Yeah.
they don't have a new date for it yet. Mouse PI for Hire was delayed out of 2025.
That one's a bummer
out
too.
next year now.
That game looks sick.
That is a huge bummer for sure. Pokemon Legends ZA, Kyle did have, and that did come out at an 81. That's
Sure.
Solid.
That's not a very good.
Doesn't deserve
score,
it.
though. I
It's-
mean,
Yeah, that's on the high end of what I
Pokemon
would
should
give
be
it,
higher. Pokemon should be higher.
No.
But
is that a joke?
No, I mean Pokemon as a brand should score higher
Yes.
than an
It
81.
should be better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
correct.
Arceus, I don't remember what that. I think that was like a 79 maybe.
Oh wow.
Oh no, that is an 83. I cannot. That's bullshit.
That's insane.
But Scarlet and Violet was a 71, which is very
Well,
low.
yeah.
That
And then
was
lastly,
dog
Kyle had Building Relationships, which has also been confirmed to be delayed out of this year. So rough month for the Kyle name.
Rough year.
Well, sure. Yeah, for that roster.
So the Venom game is not happening. GTA 6 got pushed. Mouse got pushed. There's no way that's coming out this year. Building Relationships got pushed. Mixtape, I am doubtful. Like, it doesn't have a date yet. I don't feel comfortable it's coming out this year. Directive 8020 got pushed. I didn't think Death Stranding 2 was going to come out this year. I got hosed on that one big time. And now Keeper. I will say, interestingly, Shay is the one who lost the most points on counter picks.
All three of my counter picks came out.
42?
42, I think. Yeah. All three of my counter picks came out. It is also interesting because both Cody and I, only one of our, 16 games that we picked total did not come out this year.
Yeah.
Which mine was Mario. So this was before the Switch 2 was even announced.
Right.
Where I assume they're going to launch with a Mario, which they did not. And then Cody's was Cairn, which was going to come out this year and then got delayed.
Got pushed. My list has the highest highs and the lowest lows.
Yes.
Yeah. Donkey
So
Kong
many
Bonanza and
lows.
Claire Obscure. Yep. And there's only
DK
games
Bonanza
left?
was a fucking snipe, bro.
Totally.
Snipe.
That was great.
It's a good pick.
That's great.
That's what I get to tell myself to make myself not feel.
Yeah, it looks like there's
deeply
only
sad.
six
Well,
more
'cause
games to release.
Arc Raiders and Dragon Quest already have reviews. And then Cody in November has Black Ops 7. And then in December, Cody has Metroid Prime 4 and I have Skate Story. And that's it. So only 3 games technically that haven't come out or have reviews at all.
Yeah.
So
And then
it's pretty
mixtape
much
is a question
donezo.
mark. Yeah, mixtape is a question mark. And Judas is a question mark, and Mina's a question mark. So three are mine are question marks.
Mina is an actual question mark. Judas and Mixtape are not coming out. They would have announced that by now if they were.
Yeah.
But Mina could still come out this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Fantasy Critic. We're just about wrapping up. If you want to go back and take a look at our original draft, I'll link that, and then we'll have a little card that should be up on the screen right about now. If you want to go back and see back from, what did we do that in February, early February?
Something
we
like
did
that.
it.
Yeah.
And then stay tuned. In December, we'll have our 2026 fantasy draft, so we can relive the trauma all over again. And what we're doing this year, which will be Kyle, the loser has to play a game chosen by the winner. And so we'll assuming that goes well and is fun, we'll do that again for next year too. Should be a good time.
Fun for who?
For Cody and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
The not losers.
Yeah.
It'll be fun for you too. You like playing bad video games. You like buying bad video games.
Yeah, you're right.
We have talked about this.
I got a shelf of shame, baby.
Want a quick shout out. If you have Game of the Year thoughts, how you do Game of the Year, if you've got thoughts on ways that we could change Fantasy Critic to make it more fun, etc., send us an email, partyselectpod@gmail.com. Drop a comment on this video, or if you have like any fucking random things.
Yeah.
Hey, our quick question, we talked about our favorite Pop-Tarts. Like drop a comment.
What's
send an email
your
to
favorite
partyselectpod.
Pop-Tart?
Yeah, what's your favorite Pop-Tart? Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear that, and hopefully it's something good, because if it's not, we'll make fun of you. So just
do you also put butter on your Pop-Tarts?
Ugh. Vile. Please say no. Last thing before we get into what is coming out in November, quick side quests, other stuff we've been playing that we just want to shout out quickly. Kyle, I know you got a couple of things that you want to mention.
Yeah, so a few smaller games. Escape from Duckov is exactly what it sounds like. It's an Escape from Tarkov like, except it is like isometric third person, very fun, cutesy art style where you get to customize and create your own duck. Mine's a very tall with a really short bill with giant eyes and like really floppy feet. And it's just like a little like extraction third person shooter with a bunch of like, I don't know, it's like early Flash game stick RPG quests of like, go here, do this thing. The writing's very dumb and silly. You're fighting other ducks. Everything is duck themed. And the planet is in the shape of an egg, and the planet's going bad, and all the other ducks have left, and you're trying to pick up the pieces and get out of there too. So it's just a fun, stupid, silly game. Also played This Isn't Just Tower Defense, which is true. It is a tower defense video game, but it also has like some incremental clicker and some like resource management stuff going on. That's just a fun, stupid, silly little experience as well. And then I started Power Wash Simulator 2. So I've been sinking some hours into that. And that has been very good so far. Good to like do in between work tasks.
Yeah. I wanted to shout out Keeper. We talked about that in Fantasy Critic. I haven't played enough of it to make it part of the playlist segment, but I had to play like the first hour of it. It's beautiful. It's a very, I wouldn't call the visual style necessarily appealing because it's all very much a broken world and a lot of like bacteria looking negative stuff, but it's incredibly high fidelity in a way that I've never seen a Double Fine game look before. So that part of it is really interesting. I think the gameplay is relatively simple, at least early on, but for like a vibes-based game, it's hitting that for me. I'm a big sucker for those. There's no UI there's no HUD. You're just kind of living and walking and figuring it out with a little bit of tutorialization. So that's on Game Pass. I think it's worth checking out if you like those kinds of simple, experiential sort of games. All right, let's talk about November and what's coming out in November, and then we'll talk about what we want to play in November. Kyle, I think you're kicking us off here.
Oh, I am, yeah. So on the 5th of November, remember, Blood Grounds enters early access on PC. This is a gladiator game that's like turn-based tactics. So it's tile, turn-based tactics, video game, but it's all about gladiators. It's kind of like a brutal art style Seems like a really good time. That's Blood Grounds.
On the 5th is Dispatch episodes 5 and 6, released on PC and PS5.
On the 6th, The Last Caretaker enters early access on PC. This is that you play as like a cute little robot guy, and it's a first-person survival crafting automation game where you're like sailing around the worlds. Like you're like one of the last, I guess you're a robot, so you're not really alive, but like one of the last things alive on the planet, and like you're like the caretaker of the post-apocalypse post-disaster world. That's on the 6th, called The Last Caretaker.
Also on the 6th is Unbeatable, releasing for PC, PS5, and the Xbox Series. This is that sort of anime-esque sort of rhythm combat fighting game. Not fighting game, but
sort of like a beat 'em up almost
fighting
a
game?
little bit.
Beat 'em up.
Yeah,
That's
but
Yeah,
rhythm
well,
game.
the tagline for this one is it's a world where music is illegal and you do crimes.
And you do crimes.
It's
Yeah.
good.
This game, both the visual style and just the entire vibe, this game looks really fucking cool. I'm really excited for that one.
Yeah, for sure.
On the 11th is Possessors, coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox. This is a new one from Heart Machine, the Hyperlight Drifter and Hyperlight Breaker devs. This is a very cool visual style, side-scrolling action game. It looks like really good. I hope it is, because it looks really good.
Let's see. On the 12th is Dispatch episodes 7 and 8 on PC and PS5. So the full story, if you would like to wait for all the episodes to be out, they will all be out by the 12th.
Yeah. On the 14th, Black Ops 7. Are we hyped for Black Ops 7? I know we're in weird a place with Game Pass. I still will have Ultimate, so I will play the single player, because I'm
gonna
spend
buy
money
the
on
physical.
it.
Yeah, I am gonna buy the physical copy to play the campaign.
And I
This
will
will be my first Call of Duty game that I will play at launch, like story that I will play at launch.
Oh, really?
Now that I've finally played them.
Oh
all.
yeah, you played them all.
I sort of
Interesting.
felt like I needed to like watch the first 7 episodes before watching the finale. You know what I mean? Like, so I needed all the lore build up to the most current things. So
Yeah.
Right.
now I'm all caught up.
I will be canceling Game Pass after I play the single player mode, though. So peace out, Xbox Game Pass. Fuck you.
Let's see. On the 17th, Planet Crafter, which is a game that is already out, is getting the Toxicity DLC. This is only on PC. But Planet Crafter, we've talked about it on a podcast way back when. A lot of fun, survival crafting, space game. Getting some new DLC called Toxicity on the 17th.
On the 18th is 2 things. The first is Deadpool VR, which is exclusive to the MetaQuest 3 and the 3S or whatever, but exclusive to the MetaQuest 3. This is the first-person Deadpool action game. Neil Patrick Harris plays Deadpool. It doesn't look good,
No.
but I like Neil Patrick Harris, so
Sure.
I hope it is. I hope it's fun. People need more VR games to play.
Yeah. My
And then
God, man.
second is SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide, which is coming to everything, including Switch.
I'm interested.
I own
These new
SpongeBob
SpongeBob
like 4
games seem
different.
okay.
Like all of them come to Game Pass or PlayStation Plus or whatever, like a year after they come out. So I own like 4 or 5 of them, and I've never played any of them. And I want to, because they look like dumb, fun platformers.
Yeah.
So maybe Titans of the Tide will be the one.
On the 19th is Demon School, coming to PS4 and 5, all the Xboxes and PC. This is a Persona-like, but it is sort of like an isometric pixel art style, but the structure of it and the narrative trappings are very Persona. It's got good style. It's a little bit more like a turn-based tactics kind of game, but like students in a school, ship breaks bad. It's kind of that setup. So Demon School on the 19th.
All right, and then on the 19th also is Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, entering early access. This is on PC and then also part of the Xbox Game Pass preview or whatever they call it. I'm super curious about this. I know, Kyle, you really liked Moonlighter 1.
Yeah.
I liked it a decent amount. Did you play Moonlighter 1, Cody?
I never played the first.
It had
the
a
sequel looks awesome.
It had a good loop, dungeon crawling, run based stuff, and then some of the town building, similar in a lot of ways to what Kyle was saying about Ball Pit. But it was very much like a 2D isometric game, and this is much more 3D action kind of isometric look to it. So I'm curious to see kind of how that transition happens and if it's as good as the first one.
On the 20th is Kirby Air Riders on the Switch 2. It's a Kirby racing combat game.
Anything you could possibly want to know about this video game is in one of like the 9 Nintendo Directs they've had about it.
40-minute Nintendo
40-minute
Directs.
long, hour-long Nintendo Directs. So
literally anything you want to know about these games.
Ridiculous the way that they do that stuff.
Every
I remember
single
the
menu
giant
option
one
is
they
explored.
did on, I think it was Super Smash Brothers Ultimate,
Yeah.
where like they had a huge direct where they were talking about like this move animates differently than
This
it
is
did
just
in the
what
preview. And I'm like,
Sakurai
who
does, and
gives a shit?
they let him get away with it. It's crazy.
For as much as I love the original Kirby Air Ride, I don't know that I'm that interested.
I know.
I have zero interest.
And that's a bummer.
Yeah.
And that's a bummer. Big
Yeah.
time.
On the 24th is Constance coming out on PC, and there will be console versions, but they're coming next year. This is a 2D action platformer with the girl with purple hair. She has the giant paintbrush. It's just like a lot of paint related mechanics in it. It's a really fun art style. Looks like a solid time. I don't know if it's a Metroidvania or
it is.
It is okay. But 2D action
Looks
platformer.
like a little Celeste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It gives off a lot of like Celeste energy for sure. That's Constance coming out on the 24th.
And then rounding up the month, we have on the 26th, Terminator 2D No Fate, launching pretty much on anything, on everything. This is the 2D sort of 8-bit chunky pixel game port of the movie following the plot.
Did this get pushed?
Looks like a good time. It was supposed to be last month, I believe, and it got pushed.
Okay, because I have this written down for October 31st, which for us is tomorrow.
Yes.
But that got pushed.
Yes,
Okay.
it got pushed. Yes.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Good to know.
So yeah, that's the month of November. Certainly a decent amount of things in here that one or many of us are interested in checking out. We did want to take it easy on ourselves a little bit, knowing that it's towards the end of the year. There's a bunch of shit we're trying to play. Something that was easy for us to pick up that at least Kyle and I were definitely going to play, and kind of Cody was along for the ride, which is going back to the end of October, which is The Outer Worlds 2. So at the time of recording, that just came out a couple of days ago. Kyle, I think you got earlier access because you paid for like the premium edition.
Yeah, I just want to know the
haven't
DLC.
started it, I
I have
assume.
not been able to play it because I fell deep into Ball Pit and was trying to get some Pokemon time in. So I have been working crazy hours, and so I finally have some time off. So I'm going to start that tomorrow.
Well, that's good. I'll probably start it tomorrow also, now that
Okay.
I 100% did Yōtei last night, so I'm ready for the next big thing. It's actually good timing because I just finished this amazing thing, Depression, last night. I was talking to my wife about it, that I hate that feeling. Like it's like a pleasant sadness, which is a phrase I use a lot to describe how I feel about things. That like
I get that when I finish a book.
Yeah, totally. Finish a good book or a great TV series or a movie series, like anything like that. It's like you're sad that it's over, but you love the experience so much. It's that
And you
bittersweet.
want more of it.
Yeah, you want more of it.
Want some more.
So I'm glad, not that I expect Outer Worlds 2 to hit those high highs, but it's nice to have like another big game to jump into and not just
and by all
rando
accounts,
stuff.
people are really liking it. It like in a way that
I like the first one a lot more than most. So
yes, right. And I felt like the first one had some quality drop off about halfway through. Like some of the later areas weren't as well developed and weren't as well written as those opening areas. And by all accounts, this game does not have that problem. It seems like it's solid throughout. So I'm super ready for, especially like. There were we talked about Avowed a lot on this podcast. There were a lot of things to like about Avowed. That was
our first episode.
Yeah. The things we struggled with were a lot of the writing, a lot of the characterizations, how empty and like stale the world could feel. Yeah. How dead the world felt. But a lot of the gameplay stuff felt really fun and engaging and was kind of the thing that saved it. this seems like they carried some of those things over, some of the positive things, but has this rich world that they've already built upon before and not beholden to an existing canon they don't control and all this other stuff. So it seems like this is them at their best. If not best, then better. But
yeah, I'm excited. So if anyone listening, watching is planning on checking out Outer Worlds 2, feel free to write us your thoughts before the next flagship. That'll go the first Monday of December. Send us an email, partyselectpod@gmail.com. Drop a comment on this episode. We'd love to hear from you, and we can integrate that into our conversation and react to sort of your opinions about it. But I'm sure there will be many other things that are coming out in November that we'll all individually or as a group be checking out. So we'll be talking about that on the next flagship pod. Also, do want to mention, because Game Select is such like a big thing that we do every month, and it started as a forcing function for us all to at least have one game that all three of us put a lot of time into.
Yeah.
Knowing that we're in Game of the Year crunch, we're doing the work. We're taking it, quote unquote, sneer quotes, seriously to play through as many of the great games and frankly, like each other's games. So like Kyle talking about Ball Pit as being such a great thing. Cody and I were like, we should play some. So we've got some experience. We're going to be spending a lot of time in November and certainly in December doing that. So we won't have a dedicated Game Select in December. We want to be able to just play the stuff that we feel like we need to play more of. So just as a forewarning, we won't have a Game Select in December, but Outer Worlds 2 will be our last one in 2025. What else are we doing in November, man? We're doing we'll do a worst games stream, which we started doing 2 months ago. Instead of like a ranking of the worst games, we're just playing the worst games because it's more fun for us. So in 2004, they've been super fun. Go check those out. They're in the channel. You can check the, I guess they're in the videos feed. We transferred them over. So certainly check those out. But in 2004, the 3 games that we picked, Kyle, do you want to talk about them since you're going to be the one having to play them?
So Bad Boys, Miami Takedown, a horrible movie tie-in game, kind of legendarily bad on the original Xbox. All 3 of these are on the original Xbox. We'll also be playing the Catwoman game, which that's like well known as one of the worst games ever made. Because it's a movie tie-in to one of the worst movies. Like it's terrible.
100% the worst superhero movie ever made by a significant order of magnitude.
Yeah, it's real bad.
I watched it a couple of years ago with my wife for the first time. I could not believe that movie. My mouth was agape watching that thing.
Yeah. And then lastly on that stream, we're going to end with, because I think if we started with this one, we wouldn't be able to finish the stream. We're going to end with Leisure Suit Larry, Magna Cum Laude. I'm a little nervous about this one.
For the record, I voted against this one. I voted against this one.
There is no nudity. I guess the way you unlock the nudity is you beat the game, and then you are able to get a code to unlock actual nudity. So, it won't be problematic. Like, we won't be breaking TOS by streaming it, but it is fucking vile. It is vile. It'll be a hell of a way to go. I love the Party
Select brand being associated with this game,
dude.
But you know what?
And then what we do at the end of each of those streams is
this is not advertiser safe content.
Yeah, correct. We will then rank those 3 games from worst to worstest at the end of that stream. So join us for that. We don't have a hard date set for that yet. So if you want to find out when we're going to be streaming these video games, go to the YouTube channel at Party Select and follow us. Hit the notification, turn on notifications. However you do that. If it's a bell, if it's a 3-dot situation, you'll figure it out.
Ring that bell.
Yeah,
and then you'll get notified when we're going to
join us over there, because since it's a live stream, it's not going to hit our podcast feeds. So please don't miss out on those. They are a ton of fun. Even if you can't catch it live, catch the VOD afterwards. Those are a really good time. So
yeah,
appreciate everyone who has checked those out so far.
Yeah. And as I mentioned sort of throughout, in December, we'll be doing our 2026 Fantasy Critic Draft. We'll also be doing some kind of Game of the Year content for 2025. We haven't figured out the details yet, but point is, if you want that stuff, make sure you're subscribed on the YouTube channel. Yeah, you want to do that. Hit that bell. Know when our shit's going. The subscription boxes are always broken, and you just never know if it's going to show up. But if you get notifications, then you won't miss any of our stuff. And then you can join the Party Select party, and we'll throw a party. Our end of the year Party Select party. You know, with our party of friends.
Okay.
So yeah, you sure? You know what? Yes. It's fine.
Okay.
Look, it's fine.
All right.
This is all fine.
What are you bringing to the party? Like, what's it? Are you the host? It'll be your place.
I suppose. I suppose I will be the host.
So what dishes are you offering?
Yeah,
what are you providing?
We'll
what
do. Yeah. We'll definitely do some crock potty type stuff. So we'll have like a queso. We'll have a buffalo chicken dip.
Ooh.
We'll have. Not like a soup, but maybe like a spinach and artichoke dip, like something that's a little bit more vegetarian friendly, vegan friendly.
Okay.
And we'll huge variety of chips,
That's
sodas,
nice.
water. I'll have
then just
some assorted cocktail mixers and stuff, but certainly BYOB if you got something specific you're looking for.
So we need to bring desserts.
Desserts would be great.
I'll bring the buttered Pop-Tarts.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
My wife will make some brownies, probably, maybe some or some cookies, one of the two. But yeah, if you want something more substantial, I would love for you to
maybe I'll pick up some pizzas.
Dude, now it's a party, bro. I was just gonna say like appetizer, finger food style stuff. But if you want to bring pizza,
I'll bring pizzas.
I was thinking more like a cold dish. If you want to bring a fruit tray, if you want to do a pasta salad, like that kind of cucumber sandwiches or like sliders, like that kind of thing.
I guess it depends on how long you want people there. If I bring pizza, people are going to be there longer.
The minimum amount of time possible.
Okay, I won't bring pizza then. Hey, write into partyselectpod@gmail.com. Let us know what you're bringing to the party so we can plan ahead of time. Yes. And just a reminder,
and please
this
RSVP,
party,
man.
Yeah, this party doesn't exist, so don't actually think you're going somewhere.
Do not show up at my house.
Do not show up at Shay's house.
I have people coming to my house tomorrow for kids trick-or-treating, and I have a ton of anxiety about it.
Yeah.
Do not show up at my house. Leave by 9. Will be pasted on the door.
But print out little piece of paper with our YouTube URL and tape it to all the candy.
There you go. Hit our target demo.
Dude, that's marketing. See?
Dude, you're so smart. You're so smart.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Awesome. We'll join our party. Get candy. I'm going to attract you with candy.
Baby balls.
Baby balls. Yep.
Yes. All the not safe terms. Leisure Suit Larry, magna cum laude. All the good stuff. That's the end of the podcast.
Why'd you have to take it there?
Yep. You knew it was coming. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kyle and Cody. Peace out. We'll see you in the next one.